Police emergency.
Police emergency.
Please, you're South Yorkshire Police. How can I help?
When crisis strikes, these are the people we call for.
Oh dear. Oh wow.
The ones who see us as we really are.
Looking for more work for you.
There's no need for abusive language.
Put your arse away. Go on, put it away.
Oh, he's just gone on over me again. Talking dirty again.
Pervert.
I still look at things and go, wow, can't believe I've just seen that.
These are the officers working on Britain's front line.
Anything could change at a split second.
Move out of the way!
And that's our job.
In a year that's tested us all,
Shops are going bare. We're living in a crisis now.
Times have changed, we've all changed, the whole country has been affected.
No, I'm checking. Nobody feels safe anymore.
they are the ones we turn to. More and more.
Are you alright, chicken?
You don't need to be scared. Where are you?
Let's get you up.
It's okay.
We've all been there. We stand together as a family, brothers and sisters, all on that thin blue line. Chicken. Fried chicken.
We had a Chinese last night. It was disgusting, but really lovely at the same time.
Got 2 weeks to lose 2 stone. Don't know if it's going to be doable.
They've gone off somewhere.
Police emergency.
No, please, I've got loads of people outside the house trying to get in. They're smashing up the windows, doors.
South Yorkshire Police currently receive almost 800 999 calls every day.
It's threatening to kill us, it's threatening to slice my boyfriend up and everything because my boyfriend won't give him a lift.
So he's threatened to stab your boyfriend up? Oh, because your boyfriend won't give him a lift?
Yes.
In many cases, people are taking the law into their own hands.
South Yorkshire Police.
Basically, we've come out of our house and just heard screeching and fires, big bang, and seen someone flying in the air. And then the guy's sort of gone on the footpath and tried to hit him again. His stuff is being done on purpose.
Right, okay. Revenge can be anything from slashing someone's car tyres to attempt murder. It's massively ends of the spectrum, you know.
Looks like he snapped his wrist. He was hit anywhere else. Yeah, the gun.
Hi mate, do you know who it was?
He's travelling, lad. He told me next time he saw me, we'll ring off again, which is done.
I think we're all sometimes in situations where retaliation is something that we consider. Police emergency.
Hi mate, yeah, can you send police out?
Alright mate, what's happening there?
I'm in shop for my mate's mum to get her some foil for her dinner. I've paid him a £20 note, he's refusing to make change. It's not my money, it's my mate's mum's.
Right.
That's natural, isn't it? It's natural to have them feelings because you're just so angry. It's not like you can just walk out and say, all right, no worries, see you.
You've took somebody else's money. It's not my money.
Now, don't get involved in an argument with him. It's just going to make things worse.
As long as you don't take it too far.
Listen, come out.
It's not your money.
Come away from him. Come away from him for me. Come away from him for me so you can talk to me.
It never ends well when people start taking matters into their own hands. It's only going to spiral out of control. And that's usually when we get the phone call to the police.
I don't police want to know if I land cracking him.
Well, that's what we don't want to happen.
Exactly, that's what I'm police.
That's you know, that'd be your choice, and if you did, we'd have to come and arrest you, wouldn't we?
It's 10 o'clock on Saturday night in Sheffield.
Emergency.
Hiya, love. I've got somebody in my property that won't leave and it's getting violent. I just want them out, please.
Right, who's this person to you?
She's my partner.
Right, okay, what's the
She's getting
address?
violent and I just, please, get some money here and get her out quick.
Responding to an attack in progress, PC's Laura Ledger and Mohammed Al-Rabadi are among several units rushed to the scene.
Threatening to people as well, love. I want her out. She's got a knife in her hand as well now. Please hurry up.
Officers are attending.
A1 Tango body cam activated. Hello? It's the police.
Yeah, she's up here, just get her out.
Right, what's going on?
I don't want her in here.
Right, listen, relax for me, yeah?
If she were a
Just
man,
let me
it'd
know.
be different.
Listen,
Oi, calm yourself down.
I just want to know what
Right, Miss Upton.
Listen, come on, come over it.
So where is she now?
She's upstairs on my bed.
Alright.
Upstairs.
No.
Hello? Hello? Where are you? You alright? What's your name, love? Oh. She's calm, so yeah.
Yeah, but it don't mean she can stay here, mate. Get her out.
Right, no, we're going to sort it out, mate.
Apparently, you've assaulted him. Yeah.
Come on, lad of the last, prostitute lad. I used to come out with a prostitute.
Just grab your stuff.
Alright, come on. She's come into the house and found him with the prostitute.
Prostitute lad on my bed and come back with a prostitute. That's why I'm
Yeah. Let's go into our car and then we can talk in car. Tell you what, no. Come on.
Eh?
I know, just come on.
Alright, babe, I'm coming.
Thanks, babe. Where's your birthday present and that?
Come on, let's go before it kicks off. When love and emotions involved, tempers run very, very high. I can only imagine what ran through her head when she walked in and found him upstairs with the other two.
Crackles.
Come on.
To catch my partner in bed with someone else would be my worst nightmare. I would absolutely hit the roof, I think.
Jump to the side, love.
I wouldn't forgive him. He'd be out.
Stuff in there for us.
In my fucking bedroom, on my bed, in my house. I jumped out of that bed like fucking Lympha Christie.
He's saying that she was going to stab him with a knife. It can't really
Basically,
describe it too much.
to get out.
Alright.
She jumped onto the bed to come. She stood on bed with and I'm over here. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, any days of restart.
so how big is it? How?
It's only a few inches, but it's not big.
Right.
There's scissors there. Could that be it?
It might have been scissors. All I saw was silver bit from her hand. When Carmen come back, I can see why she was upset, and obviously 2 working girls in the house with me, but there's another guy there as well. It was him that wanted business. He was in us paying money. I didn't know wrong.
He's not gonna fucking man the fuck up and own it, is he? Even though I fucking know, I'm not daft. He knows the way his bollocks his earrings if he does.
Okay. Alright, so time of arrest, please.
20 past 10.
Okay, for the offence of?
Number 3. Circumstances around it is she's come home and found a partner with somebody else. So what we've been told is she's then launched onto the bed and started attacking both him and her with what looked like to them a knife, which could have been a pair of scissors.
I've been with my partner nearly 3 years. He's a really loving, cuddly like person.
Go on, in the meantime, I'm going to ask the officers to search you. Okay? Can you start taking your jewellery off, please, as well? We'll look after it and you'll get that back when you leave us.
The second time I went to meet him, I never went home. I went on the Sunday. I went to go on the Tuesday. We're begging me not to go. And we've been together ever since.
Okay? Obviously. That's why I keep my keys. Are you dependent on alcohol? Dependent on drugs? Is there any chance you're pregnant? No. Judging by the amount of them that's on the table, I'm guessing not. Have you had any alcohol or drugs in the last 24 hours? How big was that glass of cider? Flagon. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Just so you know, we'll have a female... Yeah, you just have a chat with whoever you want.
Just answer his question, sorry.
No, yeah, thanks for that. That's very rude. Bear in mind, it's me who decides what time you leave here.
Before my birthday.
Oh, it won't be before your birthday.
Are you joking?
No.
I did have a little bit of sympathy for Carmen. People get hurt, people mess with people's feelings. People react in different ways, don't they?
You guys can sit Carmen down in number 23, please. It's all the way around on blue.
She's obviously just had red mist. She's reacted to something that's quite hurtful, but she's still got to control that.
It's better to relax and think about something before one acts upon it, because in the heat of the moment you don't make rational decisions.
Revenge is a natural human feeling, but you've obviously got to be responsible for your actions. In the eyes of the law, it's not a defence to say that, well, he did this to me, so I've done this to him. And although we take it into consideration, you've still got to deal with it as a crime.
I want Steffi's we're gonna clean off, and hers. Revenge is a dish best served female.
It's 7:30 on Monday evening.
Police emergency.
Please, we've got smashing car up and shell back now.
Right, okay.
We just smashed the car with armour. I'll have to do that. There's a right on him.
Can you describe this male to me, please?
Tall, yellow coat, looks like a black change from Madison, not way too close, like. They just hit the car.
Yeah, go ahead.
PC Rob Beard and Special Constable Mark Cutts are diverted to the scene of the incident.
Diverted,
Yeah, we're travelling.
When it comes over the radio with a man with a hammer, your ears do pick up. Your one hit to the head with a hammer, it's life-changing.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Stand by, mate, stand by.
Yeah, you've come for me, I just...
What's happening? What's happening, pal?
Messing on my street.
What was the time, mate? You're under arrest on suspicion of criminal damage. On arrival, he wasn't holding the hammer. We couldn't see any weapons that was there. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you're not mentioned, when questioned, something later on in the court. Finish back in the car.
Why not?
You saw this up?
Why not?
Yeah, Roger.
Just come out to court.
I'm not having her bringing us fucking downgrading.
They're not downgrading.
Hurry now.
We live in everybody else is living in.
She's just disrespecting us. We're ended day. What you got round in your house?
Listen, stop shouting. We'll sit it back at court till we just...
I was going to sit him back.
Thank you.
The main word I'd use to describe him is angry. He was just kicking off, shouting and swearing that he'd had some sort of disagreement and didn't want these people living on his street.
Thank you.
But he didn't give us any other indication as to why.
Hi. Can we go over to? Is that alright?
My dad's just dropped me off. We're not even fully moved in yet.
You just moved into the area then?
We have just moved in about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Right, okay. And what's happened tonight?
I've been bringing my stuff in and he shouted at me in the street, "Could you close your car door any louder?"
It does sound quite unbelievable that someone would smash a car up just because someone slammed the car door too loudly. And what was he doing then?
Banging at my door with some metal bar in his hand.
Right.
Told me to get outside. Swore lots.
There's a lot of people who want to take revenge for the smallest of things. It could be something what someone says to you. It can be something what they do to you. You've done this to me, I'm going to do that to you, but I'm going to take it a few steps higher and make you pay for it. Did he have anything in his hand?
He did, he had a metal bar, but he took it in the car.
About that long? About a foot long?
I've
done nothing wrong, mate.
Criminal damage to car.
I'm doing everything to my fucking street like it's supposed to do.
Right, but you can't go around smashing other people's cars up. It's
There's
criminal
no
damage.
police officers. What's doing everything?
Calm yourself down a bit. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Well, you're stressing me out.
Right.
I'm doing everything for the police. I'm getting done.
Yeah.
I'm getting locked up for just mashing into somebody.
No, you're getting locked up for smashing someone's
I'm
car
doing what I'm supposed to do on my street.
Right, well, we'll sort it out in interview then, won't we? He genuinely believed that he was doing the right thing in trying to help clean the street up. I don't think a lot of people have much trust in the police. They think they can sort it out their own way without getting the police involved.
I can't see any weapons. She said he had something in his hands, but I can't see any weapons at moments in time.
Watch your head. Sarge arrived at an address. Reports of a male smashing up a vehicle.
I sort my own stuff out instead of phoning you. That's why I've had to do what I needed to do tonight.
People seek revenge to feel better in themselves. They want to show that they are in control.
Well, you can't have a go at us then when we're not doing his job right if you're not going to report it, can you?
They want neighbours to know what's happened or what this person has done to them. And they're going to put it right, and they're going to put it right their way.
Come on. All right.
The danger is that it will never end until eventually someone will either get seriously hurt or dead.
Police emergency.
Hi, love. Just, I've got my neighbour here. He's having issues with me every day. I just feel about in my flat every day.
Across the UK, neighbourhood feuds are all too common.
There's a lot of tit for tat. He's damaged my wall, so I'm going to go and graffiti his house, things like that.
And now, she just come on and had a go on the outside door, and I'm calling me a bullshit. I'm going to call my brother to stop you. And she's just trying to go into too much of it.
And some disputes descend into violence.
We're having our windows being put through.
Is it your neighbours that are doing it?
Yeah. They tried putting my partner head through the window last week.
Last year in South Yorkshire, there were 15,000 cases of criminal damage.
There's a lad up at road that's trying to set the car on fire. He's coming out drive, slashing everything up inside.
With neighbour disputes, it's a difficult one because unless one of them moves, there's always going to be that horrible vibe around.
Just smashing everything up with hammers and bricks.
They can stem from something so little and escalate further and further.
I've already got an incident number which I've rung a couple of times about the neighbour.
They spray their super soaker at my cat. They're posting shit through my letterbox. Or they're pouring petrol through my letterbox.
But she's in her 90s, isn't she?
You don't know her.
I don't, to be fair. A lady rang up 999 and said that her neighbour was throwing vegetables at her house. Baby sweet corns, specifically. So in retaliation, she went down and stabbed her in the neck. That was an escalation. She's in prison now.
Emergency.
It's 8 a.m. on Thursday.
Hi, there's a fight outside my shop. Stop.
How many people are fighting?
Basically, the two guys came in and just fighted one guy.
So two of them have been fighting another guy?
Yeah.
Are all three people still there?
Yeah, he's still here around me. I'm ringing the police for you, man.
Does he look injured?
He's got a red face, but looked injured.
So the two men beat up the other male, yeah?
3 men.
3 men?
Yeah, I think not looking good. So you better send someone in, please.
We're coming out in blue light.
PC's Aaron Zielinski and Matthew Seeker are dispatched to a local supermarket on the outskirts of Doncaster.
Joining the police is something that I've always wanted to do. My dad was a police officer. You put a lot of pressure on yourself because I know what sort of police officer my dad was and I want to live up to that standard. I still get a hit of adrenaline every single incident that I go to. guys.
We're waiting for him, mate.
Oh, wait.
Oi, lad, wait here a sec till I know what's going off.
Will you come over here to me then?
Yeah, come on to you, mate, yeah. Go on, mate, what's going off?
See, that kid over there, in green jacket, I've ended up in a bit of a scuffle with him.
Yeah.
Just a freak, mate, and he don't work for nothing. I mean, I like to say that my mum brought us three up. Right, I mean, I go to work, I earn fucking money, mate.
So you've got no injuries?
No injuries at all.
Right, mate, I'll go speak to him, see if he's got any.
Yeah.
Fella, can we have just a quick chat? What's gone off?
I've gone to use bank machine, they've started shouting shit out the window, I've turned round, asked them what they started smacking me from what.
Who smacked you?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them, yeah. So I want these arrested, mate.
Yeah, that's fine. Just hang by, just looking at CCTV now. We're going to confirm what's happened before.
You got CCTV? Have a look. So, have you seen what's gone off?
They're fighting one guy getting battered up, so.
Right. That's it, look.
He was using the cash machine.
Yeah, he said he was a cash point. Go ahead.
Yeah, mate, you're viewing CCTV.
Yeah.
See there, put him up.
Yeah. There's only two that's done it, mate. One in grey dash bottoms and one in grey trainers, mate. Both need to come for assault.
I'll show you the next one.
Yeah. 2 secs, mate. Apparently continues. Might be all three. Upon watching it, you can see that it were a targeted attack. It's definitely going to be 3 detained for assault. It was quite clear to see that it was something that had gone off previously, not there and then. What's happening is it's all on CCTV. It shows one ear headbutt him and then 2 ear punching him. So you're going to have to come all right.
Yeah, that's all
right, mate.
It is what it is.
Just have a seat. Sit in back of the car, sec, fella.
Yeah.
Just a moment in time. You're arrested on suspicion of assault, okay?
All of them. All of them, yeah.
Just get some more details, mate. What's date of birth? Alright. According to this, you're wanted, mate. So I'm arresting you for a breach of court order, alright?
Why is that?
So you don't have to say anything.
No,
I'm just not mention one question, something's like a court, anything you do
What
say,
have I
maybe
breached,
give evidence.
please? Can you
All
tell
right,
me
mate.
then?
Your arrest is necessary to put it for a prompt and effective investigation. All right, mate. The victim wasn't aware that he was in fact wanted himself in relation to another offence. What are you wanting to do about this assault, mate? It's all on footage, so...
Pressing charges, mate.
Right.
100%.
Right. We've discussed it. So what we're going to do is you lads have got to go work. So rather than lock all 3 here up and process you through custody, we'll literally interview you here and now.
Yeah, sound good.
And then if there's a charge to come out of it, we'll get in touch with you through post.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, just sit there. I'll just get some details off you as well.
Officers separate the 3 brothers to interview them individually.
You're being interviewed in relation to an alleged assault which occurred outside the Costco shop. You're not under arrest, you're not obliged to remain here.
Yeah.
If you do remain here, you're entitled to free and independent legal advice. Yeah. You don't have to say anything, but it may on your defence if you don't mention one question, something that you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Yeah, that sounds mate. Well, I'll tell you how it was.
Yeah.
He robbed my mum and dad's house when we were younger. At the time, we were best mates. And I can vouch for him. Before he were on drugs, mate, he was a good kid. My mum, from when her house got robbed, mate, I went into a nervous wreck, mate. Do you know from when he did it?
Okay.
But it didn't get done. He didn't get anything. The coppers know it were him. They proved it were him from fingerprint dust and that.
Yeah.
But they didn't get found guilty, mate. And he walks around the village with his head high, yeah?
You can understand frustrations that they felt. The fact that they feel that the police aren't doing anything, they want justice, and because they feel like the police aren't offering that justice, then they're going to seek it themselves.
Right, and then all I've said to him this morning, because you're a bit brave, I've gone like this, you'll see it on camera, I'm like this at window, we pulled up next to him, I said, you're a bit brave walking around here with your head all day. He's like, shut the fuck up, I'll smash your mum's house up next time, or something along them lines. It was something wrong, you know what I mean? So that's when I've jumped out, and listen, I'll hold my hands up now, I threw 2 shots at him, do you know what I mean? They didn't even land clean.
They've already got the anger, the frustration, the betrayal, and then that morning they've come across him and thought, right, off we go.
Do you know when your blood just rises above your fucking head?
According to a 2020 Home Office report, the British public is losing faith in the criminal justice system. With fewer than 8% of cases resulting in a suspect being charged, many people have given up even reporting incidents.
Because of austerity that's happened over the last decade, we've had major cuts, there's fewer officers on the street, everything takes a lot longer to deal with. Victims think you're doing nothing.
We're not the sort of lads that went out and robbing people's houses. We go to work every day.
I've come in this morning and I've got 13 crimes on my list. So I've got 13 victims, and they're thinking, we've tried the police, they're not bothered, and we want justice.
Don't get us wrong, we've done wrong, and we're not, there's no two ways about it, but...
Yeah, I can see why you're frustrated, mate.
It's just how the world works now. Like, obviously, we've brought law there, we've took it into our own hands a little bit, do you know what I mean? We understand that.
Well, mate, there you go, mate, cheers. It's upsetting, and it's disheartening, the fact that people don't trust us. They've committed a crime, and you sort of can understand where they were coming from it. But there's never any justice in revenge.
Hello, South Yorkshire Police, how can I help?
I know, what it is, after that death threat, they put my front door through, they've got me shotted and everything, love, you know, it's right, it's a gang in Edlington, love.
We've taken loads of calls about violent crime, and you know it's to do with gang crime.
You've received death threats from this gang, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
People getting stabbed or shot. A lot of that is because of revenge.
And they've told you that they're coming to your property today to put your door through at 5 o'clock?
They are with the shotgun, yeah.
We've got organised crime groups in South Yorkshire that violently assault people. They use weapons, they use guns, they use knives, they use bombs, they use fire as a means to cause significant harm to someone.
I need a safe house, I need something to, you know, to look after me. It's a really bad guy.
The ultimate revenge for them is to kill that person.
It's thought there are a number of organised crime groups operating in the Doncaster area. It's 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, hello. I'm calling about because some Albanian people coming in one Mercedes E-Class to fighting and fighting for my friend. He's coming directly with a gun.
Are they there now? Hang on, are they there now?
From here now, Albanian guy.
And you said there's people fighting?
Yes, he's fighting. So I am to all my friends here outside. I'm scared. Please do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get officers to you on blue lights.
PC Aaron Zielinski is back on shift with PC Tim Wildman. They're immediately dispatched to Hexthorpe in East Doncaster.
Hexthorpe is a very multicultural area. When the government had the big immigration input a few years ago, a lot of the Polish, Kurds, the Slovaks, Romanians and Russians all merged into one area. All got their own cultures, the ways, the beliefs, which makes it difficult to place.
Guys, what's gone off?
There's been here some people.
Can we come speak to you in your house? Can everybody else go inside the houses, please? Come on then. Start from the beginning, what's happening?
Somebody's coming with the car down. They ask him, where are you from? He goes to Romania. Romania. Just go down and kick him.
The people that did it? Who are they?
I don't know.
Right. What vehicle did they come in?
One Mercedes, silver. Right. They have something, I don't know.
Like a bar or
like a bar, yeah.
Baseball bat, club, some sort of club.
Yeah,
Metal or wood?
What
What do you think it's all about? Why have they done it? What's it about?
This is the problem, it's not reason.
No reason. Thank you for your time, alright. We're gonna go. We'll have a look round for the car.
We left the scene with literally a description of a vehicle, which was a silver Mercedes. So we put 3 assaults in. No one wants to give any details in relation to what's happened or give any statements. This is what happens all the time. It's typical Exlo. Some things off in the street and everyone comes out. And then when you get here, no one knows anything.
2 vehicles had gone down the street and men had jumped out and attacking the members of the public with baseball bats. Not many people wanted to speak to us at all, and we left thinking that was a one-off sporadic incident.
6 hours later, PC's Wildman and Zelinsky are still on shift when a call comes in from the same part of town.
What's happened?
A hit and run. It's running at wall, smash wall in. It looked like he chased the kid down the street and run him into the wall.
Within minutes, multiple reports are coming in regarding the same incident.
There's a big fight kicking off with some Polish and Romanians in Hexhall, Doncaster, and the car that just smashed in the car.
Hi, a car's just smashed into another car in Hexhall, before that just jumped out and ran off.
Alright, we've got 2 cars coming to you now.
7-2 Tango South Street. The woman have actually been called and what's actually said on incident. My mind was, am I attending a fatal incident here? Mașina, nu? Ai plecat peste tine. I was shocked to see the hole in the wall. There's a bit of a relief that your victims are sat up and they're conscious and they're breathing. One of them started to regurgitate. It's the symptom of a massive trauma to the head. It is scary, but you've got just to keep them stable for ambulance and more trained personnel to arrive. Well, that's one. Just keep sat down, mate.
Car's driven off, it's got a smashed front bumper, smashed headlights. There's one guy driving it.
We'll see if we can get.
Have you got the number plate of the car?
Well, mate, yes.
Yeah.
Right, mate, cheers.
I opened my door and there was a guy actually sat on the pavement. He then got up and ran off when he heard this car come, and all you heard was this loud bang and someone screaming. This car had rammed into the wall, and at that point I called the police.
Have you got any other injuries, mate? Let's have a look at your legs.
So it felt almost as if it was planned, like they were after that person for a reason.
Who is his friends and family? Do you speak English to translate for us? Yeah? Romanian? Romanian, right.
There were other Romanians in the area that were coming round trying to find out what had happened. I think a lot of people were in distress of what they'd seen.
No, mate, keep that on. Who's done it? Do you speak English? No. I'm just ringing him now, Aaron. 2 seconds, mate. Hello, my name's PC Wildman from South Yorkshire Police in Doncaster. We're at an accident involving some Romanian people. They've been hit by a car. Can you translate for me, please?
You got one of these?
Hello? It's 29. Yeah, go on.
I was riding down the street.
Yeah.
And suddenly I got in the rear end. My car turned around. I looked and I saw 2 cars and people got out of the cars with bats and wrenches.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I started running away. And as I was running, they saw me and they ran me over. With the car, they threw me in a
There's a couple of houses with CCTV about this.
He comes down here as we get there. Clearly.
Roger. You have it as section 18. You're going to It's definitely linked to the job that they're on today.
I believe it was the car from the earlier incident. Hence it started in the morning with baseball bats. And it's escalated to 2 members of the public being run over and pushed through a brick wall.
Have you got any pain anywhere? In your face? Dizzy? Yeah? Okay. I've got 2 patients currently in Jesus of 50.
With ambulance crew attending the victims,
There's CCTV at one of the properties down there.
PC Zelinsky hands over to Detective Jane Keatley.
Right, so we've got 200 people.
200 people, both red injuries.
Was this a serious crime? No, it was handed over to our CID team and they'll do all follow-up inquiries.
The guy sat down here with the gas to his head. He says he's been driving through Exeter, he's been chased by 2 cars. One of those cars has rammed his BMW from behind, spinning it in the road.
Any idea who they are?
Don't say, I don't know who they are.
9 times out of 10, the incidents we deal with, there is a motive behind them. Something of that extreme to run somebody over, smash them through a brick wall. My gut instinct is it's probably to do with drugs and organised crime groups. Some gangs, if they're feuding amongst themselves, they will be getting revenge on each other.
There was a similar incident this morning on Abbott Street.
Yeah, I heard that mentioned. What's that?
3 guys on the street were stopped by 2 cars, the same Merc again. They attacked him, looking clubs and bats again. So it's all linked.
Because it happens so publicly, I don't think they give a monkeys as to who sees and what they've done. They don't know that there's not a police car around the corner about to arrest them and put them in prison for the rest of their life. They just want to send a message out to other people that whatever's happened, if you do the same, then perhaps this could happen to you. Have they given anything at all? It's just the fact that the head injuries are so...
No one wants to speak to us. This afternoon as well, they didn't want to speak to us at all.
Anybody that grasses on them, they get cut up, beat up, families get beat up, petrol bombs from the house, cars smashed, every window in the house smashed. It's a sad state of affairs. There's a lot of violence involved, a lot of territory, lots of drugs involved. And as long as the money's involved, you'll still get gangs, you'll still get violence, you'll still get the revenge.
Police emergency.
Hi, I've just had a text message off my sister asking me to ring the police to go to her house.
It's 1:45 on Tuesday.
I think her partner's just come back from the pub.
Oh, okay.
My information and that, but she wouldn't have texted me if she didn't need it, so...
We're down as an emergency response. We'll get some officers travel to the address straight away, okay?
PCs, Sophie Minto and Michael Patton, are sent to intercept the man at his home address.
For somebody to text somebody else and ask them to make the 999 call, something's quite clearly not right. So you are keeping that in the back of your mind.
Hello there.
Good dogs. Oh, hello. All right.
Not really.
Right. He's been out tonight, come in and just lost his shit. Wants to around and beat his dad up. He's got a knife in his back pocket.
Right.
It's out there with him. It's a meat cleaver.
I was running in my head as though this is just a normal domestic. Partners have had an argument. We'll separate them. All will be well. And it was one of those moments where you're like, right, okay, we're not just dealing with a normal domestic here. This is something out of the ordinary.
Fella, just show me hands a minute, please. Don't make any sudden movements, mate. Keep your hands back in seams. Where's this meat cleaver, mate? Yeah, okay, well, I'll take him out, put him in my car. Alright. Get your set in here, mate. We'll find out what's gone off. What's gone off then, fella?
He didn't really want to speak to us that much, but I could see that was quite clearly something boiling up inside him that he wanted to let out.
Why have you got a meat cleaver on you?
I want to go kill someone, but I can't.
So what's gone off tonight? I saw something happen.
I've been out, had a few drinks.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a situation going on with my family at the minute. My dad is being charged for assaulting my daughter.
Alright.
Trial's next week, and
right.
I think I should have done more.
So are you blaming yourself?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be blaming yourself for it because that's his actions, isn't it? It's not your actions.
But I should have gone around and kicked his fucking head in.
He wanted to kill his own dad. How do you tell someone it'll be alright when he's going through that? Because it's not alright, is it? It's not alright.
Has he been wandering streets through that meat?
He hasn't gone out of the house.
So he's took it out of the kitchen and he's just put it where we found it at the back door.
We have to remember that we are human, and sometimes to put yourself in other people's shoes, can sometimes explain the behaviours, although they may seem strange at first. Picking up a meat cleaver is quite odd. When there's the explanation behind it, you kind of do have that understanding why somebody may be at crisis point.
His mentality is that he's not a man because he didn't go around there and stood with Eddie when it happened.
Right, so he's beating himself up a little bit about what's gone off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he knows when he's sober that we've done the right thing by contacting the police and doing it all properly.
Yep.
But I still think it's just...
He's bottling it all up, and yeah.
You sort of wanted to say to them, look, that was the wrong thing to do. You shouldn't be doing it. This is how we should be doing it. Because I'm a police officer and that's what my job is. I've got to uphold the law. But I understand his anger, his thoughts. He just wanted revenge. That's all he wanted.
You're getting a bit stressed. You're filming, aren't you? And that's because of what's going on. The thing is, mate, you need to be there for your daughter. And if this trial's next month, she's going to need...
Next week.
Next week. How old is she? She needs a dad.
No. I know she needs a dad, but she don't need me.
Bloody hell. Well, you're a dad.
I know.
Of course she needs you.
I'm a princess.
Exactly, so does she want you to be in prison? Of course she doesn't.
Had he have gone round and caused significant harm to him, that would have just caused more disaster. You might have got revenge for yourself, but I don't think you've got revenge for the children, for your daughter, who was the victim of all this, because at the end of the day, that is who the victim is, isn't it, in this case?
But I feel I've lost my daughter. This is what I'm saying, it's fucked up.
I don't think you have. I don't think you have. Trying to explain that to him was the key there, trying to explain that. I know you want revenge, I get that. But I think we need to go the right way about it, let the courts deal with them.
You've had a drink, you're saying stupid things about going round and assaulting him.
Kicking his fucking head in, yeah.
That doesn't help, does it?
I know it's difficult, and it's easy for me to say, but let the courts do what they do. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I don't know, because
No, you're not getting nicked, love. I think we're more worried about you at the minute.
Me? Than anything else.
Yeah, my business now is to make sure that you are in a mental state that we can make sure you're not going to do anything silly tonight to yourself or to anyone else. All right?
So what am I doing?
Where's your sister live?
Just out road.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. We can walk down with you if you want to take.
Can I come back here in morning?
Of course you can, yeah. Nobody said that you're banned from your address, but it's just giving someone
It's just for you sober
breathing
depending.
space.
Just want a bit of space, keep both a bit of space, really.
Me and Mike sort of made a conscious decision between us. This chap wasn't going to be arrested for any offences. The main thing here was a safeguarding thing for us, and that this chap in particular was getting some sort of support from somewhere. And I think a lot of jobs we deal with in the police at the moment end this way, where it's all about getting them the help that they need as opposed to them having committed any offence. There you go. Alright.
Happy?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you need anything, mate, then we're here, aren't we? Your daughter needs you. Yeah? Alright, you gonna be alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Right, if you need us, call us. See you later. He's just going through some shit, isn't he?
Oh yeah, it's not very nice, that at all.
It's sexual assault, isn't it?
It's not in his best interest to get locked up, really, is
It's
it?
not
Because
at all.
he's going through the shit.
Probably over 50% of our jobs are people getting revenge on somebody. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us, don't we? And then we make mistakes. And we have to live with them. Trying to control that anger and trying to control your emotion is the difficult bit.
Don't worry. I'll come back. It's my middle show.
Just grab his...
It's picking out of me. She'll crack up. She'll go.
Just grab his stuff.
Carmen, the woman who came home to find a prostitute on her bed, was released without charge.
When they released me, they said, Wes is waiting outside for you.
She is still with her partner.
I walked out and he went, Happy birthday.
She's just disrespecting us.
The man who lashed out at his neighbour's car was charged with criminal damage. He was given a 12-month conditional discharge.
I sort my own stuff out instead of phoning you.
And ordered to pay costs and compensation to the victim.
Who's punched him? I punched him. You've punched him, right. You'll just come and have a seat in the back of my car and tell me what's going off, alright?
The three brothers who attacked the man they claimed burgled their mother's house were given cautions.
According to this, you're wanted, mate. So I'm arresting you for a breach of court order, alright? So when questioned, something's like the court, anything you do, say maybe giving evidence.
The man they punched was sentenced to 8 weeks in jail for a number of other burglary offences. Police were unable to trace the gang whose Mercedes ran over 2 men. Their victims have since left the country.
Back on shift next Tuesday night at the same time, and support information for the issues raised can be found online at channel4.com/support. Now, tomorrow night we're considering the country's coldest of cases, investigating disappearances 25 years on. Amelia Fox and Professor David Wilson are in the footsteps of killers at 10.
Police emergency. Police emergency. Please, your South Yorkshire Police. How can I help?
When crisis strikes, these are the people we call for.
Oh dear. Oh wow.
The ones who see us as we really are.
Looking for more work than you are.
There's no need for abusive language. Put your arse away. Go on, put it away.
We just got on me again. Talking again.
Pervert.
I still look at things and go, wow, can't believe I've just seen that.
These are the officers
Get back! Get back!
working on Britain's front line.
Anything could change at a split second.
Move out of the way!
And that's our job.
In a year that's tested us all,
Shops are going bare. We're living in a crisis now.
times have changed, we've all changed. The whole country has been affected. They are the ones we turn to. More and more.
You alright, chicken?
You don't need to be scared. Where are you?
Let's get you up.
It's okay. You know what we've all been now. We stand together as a family, brothers and sisters, all on that thin blue line.
Police emergency.
I've been on the motorbike building. I don't know if I've got license for it, but I think I have, but I've got no insurance for it.
Of the 50,000 calls that flood into the South Yorkshire Police control room every month,
Well, if you don't think you've got insurance for a bike, then don't ride it. Why are you ringing 999 anyway? It doesn't sound like an emergency to me.
there are many that might not be immediately classified as critical.
You rung 999, which is a life and death emergency line. Is there an emergency happening right now?
Yeah, because service is damaged.
The calls that wind me up the most are where people ring and it's something really silly, but they automatically ring the police for it. But that's not an emergency. The fence being damaged isn't an emergency.
These waste of time 999 calls, they clog up the system. We've only got a limited number of people answering phones. If we're tied down dealing with somebody just wanting to chat, sometimes it's slowing us down and it ultimately affects the public themselves.
I had somebody ring up because they thought they heard a cat screaming. Is it a person or is it a cat? And it was just a cat meowing. And I can see on our board at work the calls stacking up. And any one of them could be in a real emergency and actually really need our help.
The volume of calls has increased by 30% over the last 10 years. With that, the number of non-emergency calls has also increased.
South Yorkshire Police.
I've just bought a television and it's not working.
There is a massive percentage of incidents that are reported to us that are not police matters, and it's as simple as that. And it's our job to be blunt and just say, listen, this isn't a job for us.
I'm not a very nice man, and he won't give me my money back.
The bottom line is that the control room is a filtering service. We decide what the police go to and what we don't, and we weed out the crap. We don't police whether TVs work or don't work. You should have checked it before you bought it. But you do get some people who know how we work and they know what the police have to respond to, so they know the trigger words, you know. So knife, gun, domestic. That gets us there straight away, and people learn that, you know.
It's emergency.
Have the police brief for assault against me.
It's 9 o'clock on Saturday evening.
I don't want to get up for assault.
Right, you've been assaulted.
I've got it on up in the office. I hope to do a taxi there twice.
What's happened today?
Multiple. I don't want to do it. Crystal HRT. I want to see the police do the wrong.
Charlie 73 Tango, we're currently in Romarsh. What's the address, please?
As the caller has mentioned being assaulted by his ex, BC's Jack Mitchell and Ernie Umpundu are dispatched to check at her address.
Received, we're en route.
With domestic incidents, it's a force priority, so would attend as an emergency. There's no ifs or buts about it. However, sometimes you feel like people want the police to settle the argument. Who's right, who's wrong?
Yeah, I've got officers on the way to you.
Mama, get me away from here. I'll just get me away from here.
Yeah, so it's that one there.
BC Mitchell 243.
Oh, says please use the back door.
Yep, no bother.
Alright.
Just went down on phones and figures. Alright.
Right, okay. Just have a chat with my colleague who has to speak to you.
My man drives us another drive. No, don't turn away.
No problem.
Don't turn her. I'm from the police. I won't mind here. I've got her on video and she's hitting me. I'm not going to show you that video.
Okay, then why tell me? Then why tell me? Because obviously if you say something like that, then we've got to take action, haven't we?
No.
So
I didn't say all.
No,
it's too late. We need to find out what's happened.
She's never hit me.
It was very confusing. He was saying things that didn't make sense, they didn't add up. His story kept changing. It just went from one side to another. The fact of the matter is, have you been assaulted today from this?
No.
Okay, have you been drinking?
I've had half a bottle of wine and one half cans of Carling. No, take me home, please.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen.
You do find certain individuals ringing 999, pretending they need some help. Then when police gets there, they're only wanting a lift.
At the end of the day, all I'm interested in is that you two aren't going to hurt each other, and that you aren't going to hurt yourself.
I'm going over to taxi. Let me get the phone.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Get me the phone from the other side, then.
Okay, listen, respectfully, and I mean this with the utmost respect, you're rambling.
You have been obviously celebrating your son's birthday. Time of the birthday is finished. You've been asked to leave, and obviously you were refusing to leave. Okay? Obviously there's no offences, no assault's been happening, so there's nobody obviously that's going to get locked up today. So at this point in time, all they are asking is for you to leave.
To prevent any breach of peace, we've got to make sure he leaves, because he doesn't live there if it's got to be dealt with, or it could escalate into something else.
Hey, Louis, sorry, I saw you.
What do you need from the house?
I'll show you it. Get around the kitchen, please.
No, just tell me, what do you need from the house?
I think it's in the drawer.
It was quite funny. He obviously was telling us what his belongings were.
Anything else you need?
That's everything, but
right, okay, I'll wait for my colleague to come out.
It contained, obviously, cannabis.
Have you got stuff, mate?
I have. I've got your stuff, but...
Oh, you got my vape pen. Thank you.
Phone.
Thank you. Come on. You're going to do me for it?
Unfortunately.
Why? Why?
What do you mean, why? It's cannabis. Okay, well, that's not obviously what I've been told. Okay, do us a favour, just put his hands out for us.
What would I do for assault? No. She assaulted me, I've got it on video.
I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe that we'd brush it under the rug. But it's not something that you can just ignore. An offence is an offence. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you may later rely in court. Anything you do say may go in evidence. Okay?
Yeah, right.
We'll sort this out. We both know you shouldn't have that on you.
Right, mine.
Okay.
Mine. That is not mine.
He is his own worst enemy. If he used his common sense, he could have just left and there'd have been nothing
thing happening.
Have a seat. Well, you can use discretion for this, you know.
Right. But instead, he's decided to involve the police, and as a result of that, get arrested. Listen.
That is not my weed. Take me to South End. Come on.
Don't ask police to collect your drugs. It ain't gonna end well.
Thanks very much. Alright, so obviously, at the moment, the only reason here is he's on suspicion of possession of cannabis. Alright?
That is not mine. Fingerprint it all. I fooled Joe myself. I haven't done nothing wrong. Like in mine, I don't smoke it. Blood drugs test.
You told me to get it.
Because I wanted it in the bin.
When we are dealing with incidents that lack common sense, it's frustrating.
That is not my cannabis. I'm now keeping my mouth shut. I'll speak to you later, lads.
You're doing the opposite of that.
Am I pissed off that happened? Massively. Because that's my time that's been wasted.
Hey, stop touching me, please.
Go back to nutmeg, come on.
Thank you, come on, man. Come on. Thank you, officer.
I'm a taser trained officer, so generally speaking, I'll go to the violent criminals. I'll go to the people that have got weapons. Because in my mind, that's where the threat is.
Get off me, don't touch me. This way. Don't touch me, lads. Okay. You horrible bastard, Joe.
Like many UK forces, South Yorkshire Police's increased workload has coincided with a sharp decrease in funding. Theirs has fallen by 21% over the last 10 years.
The force can be overwhelmed by non-emergencies. When you factor a simple job like this, you've got the call handlers, you've got 2 police officers, you've got the vehicles that we use, you've got the custody sergeants.
There's only a certain amount of slack with this. We are reaching that point where we're dealing with far more non-emergency, non-police relevant calls than actual crimes in progress. There will be a breaking point.
If we keep misusing the emergency services, there's going to be an impact on people that genuinely need the service.
Police emergency?
Recently been thieved from, like, money-wise.
How are they taking the money from you?
Well, obviously, I'm buying weed and that. Every time I buy it, I'm spending £20, like a sarnie.
So are you saying they're basically overcharging you for it, then?
I'm not complaining about the weed or anything.
They're not taking this by force, are they? They're not threatening you?
Obviously not, no.
No. I just have to ask. 'Cause if you're hemorrhaging money, then you need to look about where it's going and stop that happening. And that's clearly with your weed dealer. Bye. A lot of these people seem to lack that ability to solve their own problems. I don't have children, but I feel like I have children for the 12 hours I'm on the phone.
Oh, excuse me, I know it's not on the phone. I've got no predator.
There is a sizable population in this country who can't function on their own. It's not necessarily their fault, there's lots of factors that influence that, but they don't know how to live on their own.
You know, they're not committing a crime, I'm afraid, so we couldn't send some police officers out to ask them to turn off their lights.
People are struggling more nowadays. They feel they're not getting the support they need elsewhere, and they don't know where to turn.
If it's not, I appreciate you've got no credit.
Well, excuse me, I don't care because I was allowed to in this.
Not everyone has the internet, you know, not everyone has friends that they can ask. But people know that we're always going to be there to answer the phone, so the fallback is always 999.
I don't like porridge, but I'm trying to be healthier. I'm running the Great North Run in September, so I'm trying to not eat like a fat pig.
It's Monday afternoon, and PC's Ben Hawley and Jack Wakefield have just started their shift.
Hello, please. Yeah, can you get somebody round to next door neighbour? She's been threatening me again.
When you say
no
she's
reason.
threatening you, what has she said?
Little dog, little puppy. It just happened to run in my house because she had the door open.
So do you think she's going to come to your house and hurt you at all? Or do you think it was...
Oh, I think eventually, yeah. So it's threatening me.
We will have someone with you as soon as possible, okay?
Caller states that the female has just been threatening her. Caller had gone to the bin, and the puppy who then lives next door has ran into a house. As a frontline response officer, you go into the job expecting to go to your crashes, goes to your burglaries, goes to your domestic incidents. You don't expect to go to a puppy's ran into my house.
Geraldine, it's police, my love.
But you kind of just go to it knowing as your experience that that's not what it's about.
Hey up, Geraldine. Are we alright to come in?
Yeah,
What's gone off, Geraldine? What have you rang us for?
because I've had enough.
What do you mean you've had enough?
I'm just bringing my washing in. The latest puppy dashed into here.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do anything, and she just suddenly got really nasty with me.
Okay. What did you want when you rang the police today?
I want you to sort those people. I don't want to be abused
no one
by, someone next door that's telling me to F off.
Yeah.
F off, and then I'm going to do this and that to you.
But why is that starting? Because it seems a bit bizarre that someone would just randomly tell you to F off when you're in your garden. Do you not agree?
I think you need to answer that one, don't you?
I understand people's difficulties. It must be really hard living that close to someone who you don't get on with. If you walk out at the same time as each other, you're going to end up walking past each other.
You've always got a frayed relationship, haven't you, with your neighbours? You see, we need an outcome, a sensible outcome.
What are you going to do about it?
We've had a word. All right. Thank you for your time.
It was a really nice area. Years and years back. I always felt safe. It's changed an awful lot.
Ray, what's gone off with your neighbours? Is it your puppy that's gone over there?
We're in garden because there's all...
Has any threats been exchanged between you both? Or...
Generations are growing up where they haven't got that same sort of respect.
Is there any way that hole in the fence you can put something in front of it? I mean, just for in meantime. Thank you.
The children calling me names, bang on the window, things like candles thrown at me. I was frightened. Very frightened.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Dealing with these neighbour issues become a part of our job description. We're on 24/7. Housing probably aren't. There's out of hours numbers, but how long do you sit on hold to out of hours housing for? It's really hard to deal with because it isn't a case of you're never going to see that person again. You deal with the incident, but it's something that needs long-term work.
At the end of the day, I've got no one to turn to. That's it. In that moment, I have no one to turn to other than contacting the police.
How many times have you rang 999?
I would say over the past 4 or 5 years, hundreds.
Police emergency.
I'm ringing because I want to press charges against my mother. I'm sick to death of telling you.
It's her again. Hello?
South Yorkshire Police carefully monitor people who call 999 on a regular basis.
I will call you fucking back, and I will call you back, and I will call you back, because you better fucking stop that bitch. You better put her through what she's fucking put me through.
There are currently almost 50 callers being monitored, 5 of whom are facing prosecution.
We've got a regular caller who rings constantly. Hello? Hello? 26 attempts we had last night. They don't say anything, they just hang up and then ring again.
Have you already made a report about her?
Yeah?
And what's happened with that then?
They fucking ignored it.
If you're not giving them the answer they want, they will just keep ringing, sometimes 5-6 times an hour on 999. And that is a dramatic impact on our performance and being able to answer genuine calls.
I am sick to death of coming to you and doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right, well in that case you need to make a complaint to the Chief Constable.
Well, can you put me through to Chief Constable? I'd love to fucking speak to him.
I don't believe he works Saturdays. There are ones that you sort of build a life with, and over the past sort of 5 or 6 years, they're sort of a constant.
You bastard, you disgusting.
Hello? I'm a disgusting bastard, but we knew that already. Oh, dearie Nick. The thing is that we also have loads of regular callers with severe mental health issues. South Yorkshire Police.
This is about legal drug activity. A Russian drug cartel is ordering me to be a drug maker for their cartel using magic. I don't know if I can do that. But they seem to think I can.
They're having a crisis at that point. And if we calm that situation down and resolve it, then it doesn't escalate into something that the police actually have to go out to. If there's no other calls queuing, and it will give that person comfort for them to have a chat with you, are you going to hang up on them? I'm not.
I'll say that, that's all I'll say. Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye. It's witchcraft.
It's 10:30 on Friday night.
Emergency. Please, help me. Hello, it's the police. Do you need to tell us where you are?
You gotta save me. I could die.
I'll ring her back, thank you.
Yeah, Steve, cheers, Jim.
PC's Craig Moore and Matt Grocott are the nearest officers to the scene.
We've been to her address 92 times this year.
Many people, I don't think they would call the police once in their lifetime, and we've had over 90 visits to the property. But the minute a job comes in that would be serious, you've got to be treating it properly and not letting those statistics cloud your judgment.
Hello? It's police. You gonna open the door for us? You've locked the door.
It's frustrating when we respond to a caller and they don't open the door. Our policy stays the same. We need to see that they're okay.
Right, I can see you. You're on your own, and you just stood behind the door. Right, so you need to unlock the door now. I'm not going to kick your door in because you stood behind it. Who else is in there with you? I'm speaking calmly to you. Who's hit you over the head? Go and open the door then, love. You've just locked it and unlocked it again. We're trying to. Do you need an ambulance? You don't think so?
We were there for 40 minutes.
Just do us a favour. If I can see you and see that you're alright, then we'll leave you alone.
We ended up looking at her through the letterbox. That still had to be run through various supervisors if we were okay to leave.
I'll ask you last time. You're going to open this door and let us come and speak to you, or we're going to have to go?
Let's go. She's saying that there's nobody else in the flat. She wanted to report some kind of historic assault. She refused to speak to him, and she refused to see the ambulance.
To call the police as regularly as this person does, there's got to be some form of mental health struggles. Some people want us to attend and fix their problems, but a lot don't actually know what problem they want fixing.
People suffering with mental health crisis, that's been more prominent to me over the last few years than ever. They feel they're not getting the support they need elsewhere, so they automatically think the police will help. We try, because we have a duty of care.
Did you say? My brain is swollen. Your brain is swollen? Do you need an ambulance? I need the police. Why do you need the police if you have swelling? Huh? Where are you now, sir? I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm ever so sorry. Where are you, hello? I won't tell you. You don't want to tell me? They were already here and they went away. I couldn't open the door. Right.
82 Tango. I know we went to her about 20 minutes ago. She's called again.
PC's Grocott and Moore are still nearby when they're dispatched back to the caller's address. The mention of a brain injury means that an ambulance is already on the scene.
You what, sorry?
We were cutting for fire.
Oh.
Get in that door now.
Oh, she'll answer it. Let's go and see if we can get in.
Did you ring for an ambulance, love? She's throwing things around. Are you coming to speak to the ambulance?
Come and unlock door. Ambulance.
You want us to get away from your house? The fire brigade's here now, and they're going to put your door in.
Ultimately, if we walk away, it'll be the one time she will have actually smashed it on a coffee table or something and be hurt.
I can't see to make sure you haven't got any injuries, so therefore we're going to have to force entry to your property to make sure that you're alright. Final warning, we're going to put your door in.
There we go.
What the heck is this?
You've rung us.
You want to open the door?
Come and take a seat.
Can we go in there and speak?
How did you injure your head?
Stop hitting!
No, if you're going to start hitting people... If you make one more false call to the 999 this evening, one more time and you will be arrested.
We need one of them kids.
Yeah, we do. They're good then, aren't they? Yeah.
Ever since I've been in the job, we've dealt with mental health issues.
She's clearly not well.
Do I think it's for the police to be dealing with? It is a tricky one. Until there's a drastic change in the legislation or the way we work, we'll continue to show up to people like this, ultimately, because we are a service that attends to make sure people are okay. I've got no issues with that, but I certainly think we could do with more training because we really are becoming mental health nurses.
Police emergency?
I've just come out of public. There's cars blocking the road, all smashed up.
At their busiest, South Yorkshire Police receive a 999 call every 12 seconds.
What is it with drivers today? She's not even looking. God, just get out, Ash. What a mess.
Officers can be called on to attend up to a dozen separate incidents in any single shift.
We'll pass into ambulance.
Thank you.
Police emergency.
Excuse me, it's the police station. Two brothers just smacked me in the face, yeah? Walking towards me now.
Right,
Trying to do some help, love.
Just come away from him for me, just while I can get help to you.
Drop your knees now! Get down!
But alongside serious incidents and criminal matters,
Have you got anything on you?
officers are increasingly called on
Put yourself down.
to help the vulnerable.
Police emergency.
I need the police. My ex just spit in my face in front of the whole pub, and I've been shooting out, and I don't think it's right.
Have you been drinking today or have you taken anything?
Yeah.
What have you been drinking or taken?
Cider.
You've not got any knives or anything with you at the moment, though, to hurt yourself, have you? Because we need to get you some help, don't we?
No.
No, you've not got anything on you at the moment. Is it just something that you're feeling like you want to do?
Balancing these differing needs puts a constant strain on resources.
Police emergency.
Please help, I have already reported it. It's been caravan behind me, smashed up his back for seconds. Please, come down.
People feel we have an endless supply of officers locked in little alcoves, so whenever the call comes in, we release them, they go to that job. We don't.
Go out. Get on my own. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
I've got officers travelling on blue lights now, okay?
In a bid to alleviate the pressure on the system, the government have pledged to recruit 20,000 new officers across the country. In the first half of 2020, South Yorkshire Police took on over 100 new recruits.
Oh, that made my belly go.
It's 10:30 on Saturday night. Training officer PC Mohammed Al-Rabadi and new recruit Laura Shooter have just started their shift.
I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I've
been a police officer for approximately 6 months. My parents do worry sometimes that I am putting myself out there on the front line, darting on blue lights to people who've got warning markers, weapons markers, but it is not always like that, because you just never know what to expect.
Emergency. Hey, up, Flower. I've just had something rain on the front window, back window. Right, okay. Have they gone away now? I can still hear shouting outside. We'll get some officers out to the scene for you and see if we can get them moved on, alright? Straight to the media.
Kilo 3 from Tango.
Hello, you alright? Hello again. What have you got up to?
Both officers immediately recognised the woman accused of causing a disturbance.
But where are you going now, though? You're going home, aren't you? Yeah. Alright. I've worked Sheffield 13 years. You get to know the characters in your area quite quickly. You're around. I am, good alright. There I am. She's not somebody I would call a criminal. She doesn't go out to commit crime, steal things, or hurt people. She's misunderstood.
Yeah, last time I seen her, she said she wanted to be arrested so she could have beef lasagna in custody.
It's in all fairness, but it is quite nice.
The reality of modern policing nowadays, it's not just going out there locking the baddies up, dealing with social issues, people that are having problems with their family, substance abuse.
Small grief here.
Hi.
I just dropped this guy and the lady jumped in. No one. I don't know.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Just 20 minutes after they sent her home, PC's Al-Rabadi and Shooter are confronted by the same troublemaker.
I thought you were going home.
Listen, you know what it is? I'm gonna pay for a taxi, but I can't pay for it until I get home.
Just listen to me. He's going home. He's finished now. He's not taking anybody.
You need to leave the area because this is 2 incidents now.
How can I leave?
Right.
I'm going to go to the cop car, so.
The cop car is full and we're not a taxi service. People that have their own demons or issues, like her, require social interaction.
We had a drink tonight.
I better have a good drink and I better have a good dance and all that.
You could even say they require an audience. Where are you going?
Put your arse away. Come on, put it away.
My patience is gone. You need to stay quiet. My colleague's there. We're going to take you home. You come back, if we get a further call, you will be arrested, okay?
Alright, behave yourself.
Alright? Alright. The support mechanisms that should be there, whether it's a parent, teacher, social worker, friend, for whatever reasons, they aren't there anymore. They have nobody to talk to. A lot of the time, we're the only people that these people interact with. It's for the wrong reasons, but they've got an interaction.
Over the last decade, social care spending in Sheffield has been cut by 12%.
Something like her, you just know that if you don't sort it, it's the start of a long line of possible incidents that could happen that night. It's not like that all the time, though.
Police emergency.
Hi mate, can you get somebody else? There's a little fighting going off the smashed car windows, there's pulling knives out and everything.
It's alright mate, we're coming on blue lights, okay?
Throughout the hours of darkness,
Fucking stay where you are!
officers are stretched to the limit.
Can you just confirm whether the paramedics on scene?
Yeah, we've got obvious blood staining all over this car. I'm going to need another unit to this scene immediately.
Police emergency.
It seems to be like some sort of drunk outside, so she's just banging on windows and she's screaming, she's swearing, got a little baggy and stuff to me, I can't be dealing with it.
I'll have to listen to an attendant in a minute.
Would have done the same for any old lady, but she has been part of that police family. It's a little bit more special. She's still waving, bless her.
I should have had a cup of tea run, shouldn't I? Keep on.
You could have drank it in the time you were there anyway.
If it's not us finding Norma, who should it be? The ambulance? Is it a medical matter? Social services? The public? It doesn't fall to anyone, really.
It can feel like the system has let people down. It could be a person living on their own, with no family or support of any kind. And a lot more people are wanting help and they don't know where to turn.
Dealing with these issues become a part of our job description. We have got a duty to look after people and help them. 999 is essentially their crisis number. You ring it when you're at the end of your tether.
Every police officer would willingly go out and help that person. That's what people join for. Help little old lady cross the road.
Unfortunately. Why?
The man who called the police only to find himself arrested was released without charge.
I thought Joe myself.
It's cannabis.
Thank you, come on, man. Thank you, officer. Get off me. Don't touch me, lads. Don't touch me, lads.
What have you rang us for?
Because I've had enough.
Geraldine, who got into a row over her neighbour's puppy, has now moved away from the area
I don't want to be abused.
and has stopped calling the police.
Since I moved, I've had no necessity whatsoever to ring the police.
We've had a word. All right.
I'm very happy now.
You can open the door for us.
Unlike the frequent caller, since the night she summoned all 3 emergency services,
You've rung us.
What the heck is this?
she has been onto the police a further 17 times.
If you make one more false call, you will be arrested.
Put your arse away.
The woman arrested after officers repeatedly told her to go home was found guilty of drunken disorderly behaviour and ordered to pay a £200 fine.
Where do you live, though?
Near the edge. I've done crackers.
After the night Norma got lost looking for her mother,
It's really kind of you. Look after my own God.
her nephew arranged for her to move into a care home.
I had a few words with social services, and it come to the stage where, in the end, Norma was better off in a home, and I will do my best to look after her until time comes when she's not with us.
And support information for the issues raised can be found online at channel4.com/support. Now, if you're in the mood for more searingly intense police business but of the dramatic kind, Before We Die is available to stream on all 4 now. However, if you're in the mood for a happy ending, Naked Attraction is next.
Police emergency.
Police emergency.
Please use Southwark Police. How can I help?
When crisis strikes, these are the people we call for.
Oh dear. Oh wow.
The ones who see us as we really are.
Looking for more for you.
There's no need for abusive language.
Put your arse away. Go on, put it away.
We just got on another me again for sex. Talking dirty again.
Pervert.
I still look at things and go, wow, I can't believe I've just seen that.
Get out on the floor now! Give that! Give that! Give me the snowboard!
These are the officers
Get back! Get back!
working on Britain's front line.
Anything could change at a split second.
Move out of the way!
You want them out!
And that's our job.
In a year that's tested us all,
Shops are going bare. We're living in a crisis now.
Times have changed. We've all changed. The whole country has been affected.
No, I'm checking. Nobody feels safe anymore.
they are the ones we turn to. More and more.
Are you alright, chicken?
You don't need to be scared. Where are you?
Let's get you up.
It's okay.
We've all been there. We stand together as a family, brothers and sisters, all on that thin blue line.
Police emergency? Because right, okay, 1 second.
Today.
Are you alright? Alright.
She's pissed. I think Alison should start selling miniature bottles of vino, in the tuck shop. She should have an after-work section, shouldn't she?
It's little wonder that alcohol is such a common topic in the South Yorkshire Police Emergency Control Room.
Oh, stand by. Police emergency.
Hiya, could you send a patrol out, please? We've got 4 intoxicated lads keep fighting outside the street.
Their lines are constantly buzzing with calls about drinkers in the town and city centres.
How many people are fighting?
About 20.
20, alright.
There's glasses and things swaying all over. It's like something you see on a film.
Right,
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
But these days, those drinkers are just as likely to be somewhere else.
Hi, I'm just calling because my cousin's at my mum's house and he's drunk and he's showing off and he won't leave.
Right, okay.
At home,
Police emergency.
I need someone to come down, please. We've had a bit of an issue with the neighbours.
Yeah.
And they've got a house full of people.
Are they having a party or?
Yeah.
There is a massive increase in the amount of people drinking from home.
It's been going on for a while now. Just ignored them and they're banging on the door.
We've had 10 years of austerity. People don't have as much money as they used to. Is it cheaper going to get a 20 crate of lager from the supermarket and inviting your friends round? Yeah, probably. Will you have just as much fun? Yeah, probably.
They're banging on the windows. They've got a house full of guys.
But you can sit and do what you want, talk to who you want, listen to what you want, go out and smoke whenever you want, do whatever you want.
We'll send it on for officers, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye.
But the increase of people drinking from home is causing all kinds of problems.
Police emergency.
What is, I'm ringing up from my next door neighbour. There's fighting going on in the property.
The problem is that there's no cut-off. Pubs and restaurants, old-fashioned ones, you've got a bell for last orders.
Noisy neighbours, loud music, drunken fights in the streets, all the sort of antisocial elements of going out drinking have now come to the home.
How many people do you think are there?
Loads, mate.
Drinking at home is pretty lawless in a sense. Once they're behind the closed door, that's their castle. They can do what they like in their view. It can escalate very quickly.
South Yorkshire Police.
It's midnight on Sunday.
Hiya, I'm at my friend's house and next door. They're being very loud.
A call is coming in from a worried resident about a party next door.
You know when like football scores and they go, yeah, and all that. They were like celebrating earlier, but now they sound like they're killing one another and they're like banging on the door and everything and there's like a couple of blokes screaming.
Does it sound like it's actually gotten out into violence?
Yeah.
Or it's just an ongoing party that's getting a bit louder now and then?
It sounds to me like a couple of blokes have got this bloke against the door because these walls are so thin.
PC's Alice Marshall and Matt Spaven are dispatched to the address in Doncaster.
On a Friday and Saturday night, the drunk people in Doncaster, it's like they're literally just looking for a fight. You'd think it'd be safer to drink at home, but there's always fights at home as well.
Do you have got time 8 minutes Hollow and Gore Pot before we get there?
No. Yeah.
Alice is probably the smallest girl on shift, but she has the biggest mouth, I think, in the force. And I would put her up against anyone in a fight.
It can be a bit tense going into house parties. More often than not, everyone's confrontational. It's unbelievable how drunk people get.
Hello, mate. Hello, mate. You alright? Can we come in? Yeah. What's been going off tonight?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It's kind of birthday party.
What's been happening tonight?
You don't look right happy, what's up?
You want to take his t-shirt on? Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Who's through there?
Oh dear.
Hello?
Let's turn that music off.
There was lots of gentlemen with the t-shirts off. Don't know what's so macho about taking your top off, but when they've all got the tops off, you know there's maybe too much testosterone, and things have got out of hand between the gentlemen.
What's been going off tonight?
Nothing bad. They just argue a little bit and that's it.
Who's been arguing?
Him, but everything is
for?
alright now.
Right.
He's my cousin, you know?
Yeah.
My family.
So what's happened here? How's this glass got smashed?
Just somebody just drop it and
We knew that something had happened based on how the room looked and what people were like, but everyone were friendly. They were acting as if there were no problems whatsoever. So nobody's got any injuries?
No, you can check everybody. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's first time.
Eu locuiesc acolo cu partenera mea și am făcut un grătar cu cumnatul meu și de acolo a început petrecerea, a fost ceva spontan.
So basically, they've got some beers. One of them said something bad to the other one, and they start arguing. They didn't fight or something like that because we've been here. We just separated.
Da, ăsta e alcoolul, așa se întâmplă de obicei. Bei prea mult, se urcă la mansardă. După ce se termină petrecerea și dacă te cerți în seara respectivă, a doua zi o iei de la capăt prieteni și te amuzi de situația care s-a creat seara precedentă.
Okay, well, does everybody live here?
No.
So are you going to ring a taxi then to go home? Because you can't stop here now, because we've had noise complaints. This party's got to stop. English people are more confrontational when police attend. I think in places like Romania, police probably wouldn't even get called to an incident like that. So they're quite blasé when police attend because they don't actually think there's been an issue. Yeah, they've had a fight, but it's nothing. If you can take one of them and let them just go to sleep for night and come back, that's absolutely fine when everyone's sober. Because this can't continue tonight. Because if we get a call back, someone will get arrested.
A fost foarte bine până când a venit poliția, dar asta e. România n-am avut niciodată probleme cu poliția din cauza muzicii sau că urli la petrecere sau ceva de genul. Se practică, mai ales în weekend.
Everyone going home now?
Yeah.
Go put some clothes on, fella.
Nouă, gen românii, noi balcanicii, n-ai cum, eu dacă mă aștezi dimineața ar trebui să cânte muzica cât de cât acolo ok, nu în surdină, un pic mai tare, pentru că asta e viața, ritmul, ca să poți să duci o zi cât mai ok, să te umpli de energie de dimineață, dar aici mai greu.
People will argue that we are the fun police, that we stop the fun, and you know they probably are right. We do probably spoil a lot of fun, but we can't be having people getting out of control all the time.
Right, brilliant. No more noise.
When I was 17, my neighbours over the road had an house party, which I actually attended, and my mum went and shut it down. All right, thank you. Certainly not a great look when your mum bursts into an house party. 10 years on, I'm doing the same thing, but she's proud. I thought it'd be a bit more fun than that.
South Yorkshire Police, Megan speaking. How can I help?
There's shouting and banging and something going off in the flat below.
Okay. And what kind of shouting is it?
Oh, we're having a party or something. You'll probably hear it in a bit.
There has been an increase in calls relating to house parties. It used to be generally only focused around the weekends. On an average shift I might take 3 or 4. Nowadays, that's rocketed.
Last time that it can be quiet, I've got migraine and the banging that's been going on for at least 2 hours.
There's no problem with the party at the beginning of the night. Everybody's having a good time. It's just as the night goes on, the music gets louder, screaming, shouting, then it gets out of hand.
Hello, you through to police?
Right, you've had 2 rave members in Sheffield. A supposed party across the road from where they live. They dispersed them, and now they've all come back.
There's a problem, obviously, in residential areas when people are having house parties and everyone's wasted, and obviously everyone leaves at the same time or is spilling out onto the road, and we do get a lot of issues with that.
Yeah, well, basically, I phoned up earlier on about some youth passing some bottle.
Right.
Now they're throwing the bottle at me and giving me abuse.
These young people maybe throwing up on the garden, throwing cans of beer, fighting outside.
There was a mass disturbance of some youths and girls on the street, screaming, shouting, fighting.
Right, okay.
A few old residents got quite disturbed by what's going on.
People drinking at home, away from the town centres, makes it a lot harder to police. We don't know where it's going to happen, and we have a lot further to travel when things do happen.
They've all come back.
All of them.
I can't see point in your guys coming dispersing them, and then they all come back.
The big problem we have is being able to respond in a timely manner. Invariably, it's either escalated or we've had a further call saying they're now fighting before somebody gets to it. And I think if only we could have got to that sooner.
It's approaching midnight. PC Pete Ellard and Sergeant Edward Darby have been dispatched to the outskirts of Rotherham. They've been sent to back up other units attending a family party, which has spilled out into the street and is getting out of control.
Romeo 71 Tango will make us way.
We arrived on scene and could see that there were a group of about 20 or 30 people just in the street that have had a lot to drink. Literally just arguing and shouting and rambling, basically.
What do you want to find here, brother? Come on, wait. You weren't listening to me!
When large groups of families or friends get together, I think quite a lot of the time when alcohol's involved, there's going to be an argument at the end of the night.
Well, it was my great niece's birthday, and everybody having a good time and everything, but there's always something goes wrong in them when they've had a few to drink.
Hey, fella, language! You won't get round the gate!
Lots of families have some skeletons in cupboard at first. Everybody's all right, but then as the night goes on, the reactions change because they're drinking, and it spills over, and then the other people think they're tougher than them or whatever.
I'll see you, I'll tell you it all. Fella, let's go to your missus, she's waiting in the car. No, man, this is my sister.
We want to resolve the situation quickly and safely, basically, because the longer it goes on, the risk element increases.
We need to stop going home!
But people who are ranting and raving, clearly drunk, they don't want to listen to us.
Oh, sorry. Come on, stop swearing at me. Sorry, no.
With officers struggling to disperse the crowd, extra crews arrive to assist them.
Yeah, good idea, mate. Get in the car to go. Get in the car. Quick, people getting taxis, then quicker we can go.
Right, well, people need to go home.
There's got to be at least 5 or 6 double crew cars there. I mean, sometimes you just have to show a little bit of a show of force.
Taxi's here. It's here.
After 40 minutes of being urged homeward,
We'll get him out of here, otherwise he's just risking locked up. No, I've done it before, love.
the revellers start to disperse.
Family dues, aren't they brilliant?
It's one of the aspects of being a police officer is having that patience and keeping your patience at jobs like that.
Watch your bikes, chaps. This car's going to end up running somebody over, isn't it?
Sing then, come on. Come on, sing Elvis.
Elvis? God, it's too late for that.
What you like Elvis? Come on, what are you going to sing? We can all together.
We're suspicious.
Man. Come on.
Now I'm done now. That's it.
The next morning I thought, oh, fancy me singing Elvis with policemen. Anyway, very much. Do you reach more night? We won't be here.
That wasn't the first time you sung Elvis with someone, is it?
It is with policemen. They were very nice to talk to. Well, they were all nice.
I'll let you know when we're out for a drink next time, man.
Yeah, give us a notice. Next time, no fainting.
family do kick off like that?
No, of course I have.
Say, we've had arguments, but not fighting in the street. We've arrested a bride on a wedding day.
South Yorkshire Police, how can we help?
Hiya, I'm having the same constant shit from my next door neighbours yet again.
Right, okay.
I've had enough. It's gone midnight and I can still hear them.
The thing that upsets people at house parties the most is the noise. It's not just music you hear people shouting, being stupid, maybe jumping around, bottles smashing.
I'm trying to sleep in my bedroom. My dog is shaking because of the amount of noise they are making.
And especially if it's an ongoing issue, we get certain houses that have house parties every week. Maybe it might be students. It does send you a bit insane. So you do understand to a certain degree why they get so angry on the call with you.
I have the same constant shit every fucking time and I've had enough of it.
Right, who actually lives in that address? Do you know the name?
I have no idea. Some arsehole that have done.
Alright, sir, let's just talk about this calmly. So you don't know the names then now?
No, I don't know the name.
No, and how many of them is there that lives there?
I have no idea how many people live there.
I'm being sworn at and shouted at.
They really go at you, get police here now.
I want the police out right now because I've had enough of this.
Your door's locked, is it, at the moment?
They are, but you know what? That doesn't make...
I'm just asking you because I still do need to know what's happening. I've never spoken to you before.
Unfortunately, if it is just noise, there's not a lot that we can do as police officers. We don't have the authority to go and turn off the music or anything like that.
Literally, every time it's called about this, I get asked if my doors are locked. That isn't the point.
Asking if your doors are locked. We want to know if you're safe or not. That's the point of that question.
If it's simply a noise complaint about people having a party and being loud, it's nothing to do with the police, and people don't understand that. It's a council matter. I always say to members of the public, we could walk up, knock on someone's door and say, would you mind turning the music down? We've had some complaints. And they could tell us to do one. And we couldn't do anything about it because we don't have the power.
So, do you want to take the incident number?
Huh?
If there's a report of fighting or illegal activity, then yeah, we would go because we have a responsibility to deal with that. But otherwise, if it's just noise, sorry, no, we don't go to that.
If anything does change and they do come round to your address or anything like that, you need to let us know straight away. All right, okay then, thank you. Bye.
It's 9:30 on Sunday night.
Police emergency?
Yeah, there's a party going on and I think the owner of the property is trying to get rid of these cows and they're not leaving and it sounds like a fight's going off.
Is it a flat?
Yeah, it's quite loud and I think he needs some help to get him out of his flat.
Let's see if we can get it sorted out for you. All right, let's go.
PC's Mohammed Al-Rabadi and Bernie Scott are dispatched to Firth Park, a quiet residential area between Sheffield and Rotherham.
I don't get involved in it that much as both of them is only me.
We're travelling now. Don't worry.
Sunday night, people have got work in morning. It's like, sort it out.
Policing a domestic party is harder than it is to police a town centre. There is the element of unknown. You don't know who's there, you don't know why they're there, and you don't know what they're capable of.
In the town centre, you have loads and loads of cops usually on a night when they're expecting heavy drinking. You don't have that on the district. You have a couple of bobbies out in patrol car. Let's hope it is just somebody being too loud and having a few drinks. Because house party gone wrong can be a real pain in the arse.
David!
Whoa, noisy.
I'm just on there, okay?
Okay, have you been up there?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been up there.
Do
You
you
need
know
to just
each
calm
other?
it down. Right, where do you live?
Is that your girl?
You're shouting up at the windows though, it needs to stop, okay? So let's just not have any more shouting, okay? Shall I go upstairs?
Yeah.
Are you alright holding on to these?
Sorry, to go depending on who's upstairs.
Yeah, go on then, you go upstairs. No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of loud shouting going on up there now. Swearing, shouting. There you go.
going to on the right. We've got a lady that's heavily pregnant that's in tears. She's upset. You see this chap that stood over her, and I just know instantly that something's occurred in this room.
One of the guys in the living room had a cut to his head. The room was in disarray. Empty bottles, empty cans. The ends of what had obviously been a really good night of drinking.
The chap doesn't want to talk to me. He's got an aggressive stance to him.
What's happening?
He was not going to comply whatsoever. Do me a favour, will you let me go? Calm myself down.
When he started to resist us and wouldn't allow us to do our job, we're obviously going to be suspicious.
Move!
But there's a flat full of 10 people, quite drunk, quite irate, quite violent. The two of us were outnumbered. Come get another coffee, beautifully.
8-2 Tango.
Who's there? PC's Pete Butler and Chris Shepherd have just started their shift when they are sent to the incident as backup. They are 3 miles away.
Sit down. Don't touch me. Sit down, man. Stop touching me. Sit down, man. Stop touching me. Sit down. Stop touching me.
It was all kicking off and we had no idea what had happened. We were outnumbered and it was becoming a more dangerous situation for us.
Move.
I'm telling you, move. And I said move. Go back.
Nobody's taking any notice of us whatsoever, and this could go wrong.
You need to calm
down.
Move. 83 Tango, can we have an ETA on this car, please?
Roger, about 60 seconds away.
No, seriously, keep back. Keep back. Keep back. Keep back.
Where are they? Watch out, where are they? Where are they?
Got him. Right, Van's here. Everything will be explained to you in custody. Follow my sergeant now.
He's gone.
So then, what's going on?
Yeah, come.
Do me a favour, calm yourself down. Talk to me, okay?
It's really difficult to work out what's happened in a situation like that. You understand? You never have CCTV in a house party, so unless people are going to talk to you, and usually in that kind of situation everybody's really, really drunk, so hasn't got a very good memory of what's happening, you're never going to get to the bottom of it.
He's studying it. Hey, you big boy. Move for me.
What does he look like?
I want the floor.
Alright.
His face, listen to him.
Who? Who is it?
I don't know who it is.
You don't know who it is?
If this party had happened in a public space, it wouldn't have got to that level because there'd have been more cops around to deal with it. There'd have been more members of the public around. And he might not have ended up getting arrested. He might have just been ended up on the end of someone's boot telling him to get out of town.
Sunday night, I ask you.
Since 2001, a quarter of British pubs have shut down, more than 13,000 in total.
I've always loved those pubs that have the coal fire and the carpets, the old-fashioned wooden bar. My local used to be a bar called Blades Bar. It was like taking off this heavy rucksack that you've been carrying around all day, and you just leave that at the door. You know it's there and you'll be picking it up again afterwards, but for the period of time that you're in there, this is my time.
Rotherham, when I was growing up, when I was younger, used to be a real good night out. Used to have a few bars, a couple of nightclubs. As I've got older, they've gone. We used to do quite a bit of public order on a Friday and a Saturday night, and now we don't do any.
At the same time as pubs have declined, the amount of alcohol sold for home consumption has been on the rise.
Police communications, how can we help?
I'm not really. I didn't want to talk, was
The availability of cheap booze, of course, encourages people to be excessive about their drinking.
Last week I spoke to someone at 9 o'clock in the morning and were drunk. How can you be drunk that early? Or maybe we've got it wrong.
Me and my friend walked upstairs.
Alright.
And all we could hear smashing.
Do you think they've had a drink or something like that, or not?
Yeah.
You'll get somebody pissed up ringing at like 11 a.m. and you think, oh, it's 11 a.m, what are you doing? Oh, God. But it's just what happens these days.
Police emergency. It's 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Hello, I'd like to report an assault, please.
Okay, who's been assaulted?
2 people out arguing outside my house.
Where are they now?
They're walking up the street.
Right, they are fighting at the moment, are they?
Yeah, they're arguing at the minute.
Okay, mate. Anybody injured, can you see?
The woman's crying.
We should have officers there very, very soon, alright. PC's Pete Ellard and Tabitha Rumney are one of 2 units close to the scene of the argument.
Sounds bad. We're around the corner. We'll give you an update when we get there.
There is a lot of booze in, to be fair, in Rotherham. People drinking during the day.
What day up here?
It doesn't matter what day it is or what time it is. You know, it's not a surprise to us if you get a job at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and people are drunk.
So what do we do now?
You're both in drink. You're going to sober up and stop swearing in a public place. Deal?
Yeah. Basically, I heard them arguing outside the house. I opened the curtain. She was bawling her eyes out.
Yeah.
He was just having a go at her. Then I saw him walk round to the side of my wife's car, punch my wife's car, break a bit off of it.
He's damaged your wife's car.
Yeah.
Are you happy to give us a statement?
Absolutely.
Finish the fact then and jump in car.
I got that. Where's Wally?
We'd been to a friend's for a drink. I pulled him up and I said, come on, you're coming home with me and we'll get a few cans and chill out, watch telly. Shane didn't want to leave at that point, and that's obviously then when we started rowing on street.
You're
not taking me with you.
Fuck off.
Right, pushing it, aren't you?
Our initial plan was just to arrest the male and get him out of the way.
Shane?
On the street, you know, you've got members of the public, you'd have to get control quite quickly.
Right, Shane, put your hands on top of the car. The colleague's just going to search you, make sure you've got no sharp on you.
Let me see what we've had first, right?
Put your hands on top
Let
of
me
the
sit
car.
on the fucking floor first.
But it was just taking too long. It's that thing of giving her an inch and they take a mile.
Fucking fight with it.
Hey, stop swearing.
Shut up now.
Stop swearing.
Don't fucking
Shut
about
up.
me. Listen, no, I'm fine
Right,
with
Shane, I'm not prattling about.
Fuck on, yeah.
Turn round.
Thank you, well, cheers, Lisa.
The first officer, we made the decision that we've had enough now. You're not having a cigarette anymore. We're going to custody, get in the car kind of thing.
Clean up, didn't they? Shane.
But sometimes to resist arrest, they'll just lash out.
Come, please. Watch his legs, he's normally a kicker.
Don't you spit on me again. Shut up. When I've had too much, a lot of drink, I switch. You scummy bastard. I'm a pub watch. I'm not allowed to enter any pubs. I can be dangerous, mate. Trust me. But I can be very dangerous. Will you shut up and get on with that now? Shut up!
What are you talking to? Not helping things like that. No, he's not talking to me like that. I don't give a fuck.
Fucking bastard, mate.
Shane, they've arrested me and all.
Yeah, we have.
It was a total shock because I've never ever been arrested, so I've never had a pair of handcuffs on my hands.
Just tell them not to hurt him, please. I'm going to hurt him, alright? Yeah, no. What is that tonight, an idiot? You're kicking off like that, we have no choice to it. Officer safety comes first. You know the plan. We're going to custody.
It's coming up,
End
mate.
of. It's done now, isn't it? So we'll take this off.
Smash it, yeah.
Start spitting. Back on.
Bang on.
Deal? Fucking set of bastards.
I was like, oh my god, what have I done? It's the first time I've been arrested.
Yeah, just get your head down, have a nap, have a sleep, then when you wake up you'll be sober and back home, won't you?
What a bed's like in there, but they're ruthless, aren't they?
Not the Hilton, that's for sure.
Oh, God. Not a double bed then, no?
No. We'll be watching Netflix.
Do that one thing.
I don't watch Netflix, it's shit. I never used to drink at all. Well, on occasion, like if I were going to have friends, but now, if he turns around and says, oh, I'm having a drink, so then I'll say, well, I'll have one with you. You arrested me anyway.
That young lady there.
Oh,
Drunk and disorderly.
Drunk and disorderly.
I'm not drunk.
You're drunk. Of course you're drunk.
I'm drunk.
You're drunk.
Geo.
Geo, you Geo.
Did I swear?
Yeah,
How many times?
loads.
I do apologise. Basically, we might have a walk into Rotherham and he'll get a few cans. I always prefer drinking at home.
This cheap beer stuff, man, I love it. Pubs are charging like £4 a pint. How can you afford that? 3 pints in your head, that's it, it's fucking £12. Once you're an authorised, you get fucking 6 cans of 9%, and they'll write you off.
Right, Lisa, how much you had to drink today?
I couldn't tell you.
A lot then, by the sounds of it. There is a problem with like really cheap alcohol that you can buy, and it's purely for the purpose to get pissed. Anything I could do to help?
Although they're not what me about, that's a bit...
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
a bit late.
I'd be rich if I had a quid for every time someone said that.
You get them deals, don't you, where, 4 cans is this much, but if you buy 8, you get 2 quid knocked off. It's just encouraging people to drink and to...
While home drinking has been on the rise for years, recent lockdowns have only increased its temptations.
Police emergency. I think with all the pubs and clubs shutting down because of lockdown, it's become almost a routine for people. I'd have a cup of tea. Some people might think, oh, I'll have some wine, then it doesn't matter, I'm not going anywhere.
In 2020, off-sales of alcohol soared by 20%. Britons took home an extra 500 million litres of booze.
I think people, if they're not working or working from home, they might think at 4 or 5 o'clock when they finish, well, I'll have one drink now, and then it continues into the night.
I want to report something about people coming to my next door neighbour.
Right.
She's having visitors all the way through the day, all the way through the night. She's partying all the way through the night.
People were having garden parties, house parties. And obviously the load then comes down to the police. We were having to deploy officers to send these people home.
In turbulent scenes like this one filmed in Sheffield, South Yorkshire Police attended almost 300 lockdown-breaking incidents over the New Year weekend. It's a problem faced by many other forces.
Resources are stretched anyway. Police officers are having to travel to these places and deal with it. But with dwindling numbers of officers on the street, it's a lot harder to do.
Dispersal orders! Dispersing you all!
And I think the big problem we're having, I think lockdown has made the house party more appealing. People want to do that more. Even when this is over, people will still turn to the alcohol at the parties and get people round. But in that then comes the problems afterwards.
Police emergency?
It's 11 o'clock on Saturday night.
Hello, just wondering if we can get your assistance at an address in Sheffield.
A call is coming in from a Yorkshire ambulance crew attending the scene of a party that's gone wrong.
What is it you're going to? So we were originally been out to a lady that's been punched in the mouth. The attacker was originally outside the house. There is serious bleeding. She's been hit in the head. The attacker is now in the house. That's literally all we've got. We've not even finished triaging. My colleague's really struggling. Alright, you're not on scene now? No, we're going to stand off just for crew safety. Okay, they're on the way.
Keep going straight down, mate.
PC's Del Owen and Craig Moore are dispatched to an estate near Meadowhall on the outskirts of Sheffield.
It's come through from ambulance to say that there's a girl who's hysterical. She said that she's been hit in the face.
If there is even a mention of violence, ambulance will phone police. Paramedics don't wear stab vests and paramedics don't wear body cams. So we're there to protect the crew.
Right here. Initially, we were running around frantically trying to find the address. It's like a rabbit warren around there. But I could hear what appeared to be a female screaming. You right, love? Oh, mate.
There's a girl outside with blood on her face. And it wasn't just on her face, it was all down her clothes, it was everywhere. Jaw looked like it was broken and she was covered in blood.
What house are you at? What house are you at? I couldn't really get a lot out of her, but she's then pointed me down to the address. Whoever was inside that address was causing a lot of distress.
It's late Saturday night, and PC's Del Owen and Craig Moore have responded to reports of a violent assault at a residential property just outside Sheffield.
What's going on?
What's all going off in here? What have you got in your hands?
Alright, do you want to step back? When we turned up, they were kids. They were literally kids. They were all drunk, drinking straight vodka. And they can't handle their drink, they were young.
I'm more sober than anyone here, and I'll be set home for gold.
What's your name?
What's happened?
It's been full.
Say again?
Bust his nose. So you're going to blame it on me when you're more drunk than me? I've said it's not even you.
They really couldn't string a sentence together. The smell of alcohol coming from the address was quite pungent. And the smell of alcohol coming from the two males inside the address was also quite pungent as well. Who is it? Is it him who's done all this?
Yes.
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of section 47 assault, so you don't have to say anything but may harm you.
We'll just come back and speak to you.
So something which later will lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, alright? 7-4 Tango. Well, we've also got a female here with what looks like a significant wound to the inside of her mouth. Them girls were pretty shocked. You could tell that there was in a lot of distress.
Right. You sit there for me, okay? Are you alright with him?
Yeah.
Let me leave you with let me put the keys on you.
I'm fine. I promise.
I'm just going to go check on her. I'm going to go check on her. Right. For best evidence, I'm going to have to take some photos of your jaw. Alright. Alright.
I used to go to my friends for a few drinks every now and again. It weren't often, so when we did, we went all out and had a big drink, big sesh, as they call it.
What have you had to drink tonight?
Just vodka. I feel safer to drink at someone's house than I would if I were out. You hear so many stories of what happens when you're in town, when people getting spiked, people getting hurt, your stuff getting stolen. I think that's why I find it safer at someone's home.
How did he do it?
He just doing nasty and started swinging for us.
Swinging?
And then it got from my jaw.
Right. I know.
We went to shop, got a couple of bottles of vodka. We were drinking, having a smoke. We were all on a level and feeling nice. It started off that way for the first couple of bottles, and then we got onto the third bottle, and it was commotion. The other guy, I've never met him before in my life, so I weren't sharing my fags or anything with him. I think that's maybe what's triggered it. He didn't like it.
I'm trying to tell you, I haven't done nothing.
Okay.
I promise you. On my little sisters.
We'll get to the bottom of it, pal, won't we?
That's when I noticed the changing. I could see you were getting angry, getting nastier. And he just violently attacked me. I was looking down at my phone though, and I just heard him jump down, looked up, and he'd kind of punched me off guard, split my lip straight through.
At the end of the day, I've turned up. There's a female outside with a significant injury to her mouth, yeah? And then there's another female that's come outside who's incredibly upset, and she's also got blood all over her, yeah?
It's a meaningful act, hitting somebody in the face. You're meant to do it. There's no... It's not like a push where you're trying to get somebody away from you. It's a pretty violent act to deliver a punch to the side of somebody's jaw with so much force that they suspect it might be broken.
I am listening to you.
I told you, I'm sober.
I've locked her up for assault at me, but I don't know so yet, mate.
Okay.
Alright.
They've all just got hammered on vodka. She's been twatted by an idiot. She's potentially got a broken jaw.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it is dangerous to go to a flat or a house with people you don't know and drink alcohol. How are you supposed to know what they're going to be like when they've had a drink? It could go wrong for you.
As to this, the first potential witness keeps falling asleep on the sofa, so we're not going to get a statement out of her. And the other one is also equally as hammered. So we're going to have to just take him up to custody and then just work out after that.
If they had been sat in a bar, they'd all have been asked to leave. Especially him, he'd have been asked to leave first. But no one was there to regulate it. No one was there to tell him, you had a bit too much, mate. You stop. So they just carried on.
I'll be putting lots of big fun.
I think they had the perfect recipe for the worst night ever.
What's been going off tonight?
They just argue a little bit and that's it.
Who's been arguing?
After officers broke up the Romanians' party, everyone went home quietly.
Can't stop here now, because we've had noise complaints. This party's got to stop.
No further action was taken against the cousins who had a fight.
You weren't listening to me! Right! We didn't start going home!
It took officers an hour to get all the arguing family members off the streets of Rotherham and into cabs.
We can go together!
Irene remains a devoted Elvis fan.
The music, the lights!
No further action was taken against the man arrested at the drunken house party. Nor did officers ever find out who had hit the man with the bruised face.
You're going to sober up and stop swearing in public place.
Yeah.
Shane, who argued with his girlfriend and broke the wing mirror off a car,
Shane!
was found guilty of criminal damage and assaulting an officer. After 4 months in jail, he's trying to control his drinking.
Alcohol services now, but I've tried so many times. Every day, it's a struggle to just keep on that fucking line. Knowing when to stop or just how to stop.
Chief! They've arrested me and all!
Yeah, we have.
Lisa was given a community resolution and ordered to apologise to the police.
Anything I can do to help?
Although they've not locked me up, but that's a bit...
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
He's right there! He's him! Right there!
The teenager who hit his fellow partygoer was found guilty of assault, ordered to pay £100 compensation, and given a 6-month referral order.
All right.
His victim has made a full recovery.
Support information for the issues raised can be found online at channel4.com/support. Now, stumbles and falls from ferrets and dogs. If your pet's poorly, there's only one person who can help. Get an appointment with the Super Vet whenever you want on All 4, the UK's biggest free streaming service. And while we're on the subject of dogs, we've got Dogging Tales next.
Police emergency.
Police emergency.
Leave yourself here to police. How can I help?
When crisis strikes, these are the people we call for.
Oh dear! Oh wow!
The ones who see us as we really are.
Looking for more work for you.
There's no need for abusive language.
Put your arse away. Go on, put it away.
We just got on another meeting again to say, talking gay again.
Pervert.
I still look at things and go, wow, can't believe I've just seen
These are the officers
Get back! Get back!
working on Britain's front line.
Anything could change at a split second.
Move that way!
And that's our job.
In a year that's tested us all,
Cops are going bare. We're living in a crisis now.
Times have changed. We've all changed. The whole country has been affected.
Nobody feels safe anymore.
they are the ones we turn to. More and more.
You alright, chicken?
You don't need to be scared. Where are you?
Let's get you up.
It's okay. We've all been there. We stand together as a family, brothers and sisters, all on that thin blue line. Police emergency?
Hi, I work for Iceland and we've got kids absolutely terrorising our car park outside Amsterdam.
Calls to the police about teens causing trouble on the streets are a regular part of the job.
What is it these kids are doing?
Circling with scooters, pressing bells, hold me gear.
Boredom plays a part. They don't know what else to do, so they think, oh, we'll go on the street and throw a few rocks.
Police emergency?
I've got two teenagers banging on my door, refusing to get out my yard, giving me grief, and I'm not very well, I don't need this.
Okay, but when you're a teenager, you do push boundaries.
Get out my yard now. Get out.
You don't have anything to lose, you still live at home with mum and dad, so you think, well, why not? And it's a natural part of growing up.
But increasingly, many of the reports coming into South Yorkshire Police's emergency control room are from very close to home.
Police emergency?
Yeah, son, absolutely going crazy. I've asked him to get out.
Yeah.
I've asked him to get out. He won't go.
Yeah.
He's going absolutely ballistic.
Kids these days, they don't have respect for parents anymore. When I was a teenager, I used to chat back at my mum and I'd slam doors, but my dad would have a go at me for being the gobby teen. We would know not to do it again. What's he doing? You say he's going crazy, what is he actually doing?
Absolutely crazy. Just kicked off with his mother, threatening, swearing, doing this, doing that, screaming. I've asked him to go out of my house.
Yeah.
We get so many calls from parents that are desperate for his help.
My daughter's gone out, clearly had a drink. She's put the music on full blast, sat at the top of the stairs, with the music on full blast. If I don't buy her a phone, she's going to do this.
I've got a teenager. I know what it's like. It's an absolute nightmare. They think that you're wrong. They've got an answer for everything.
I'm not having a sat at the top of the stairs with music on full blast, basically telling me that me and my child can't go to bed.
I feel in the nearly 15 years I've been doing the job, this has become a much larger issue.
She planned me death 9 months ago, apparently.
Okay, alright.
Parents generally can't handle the child, they're scared of them, they become very hard to manage. The parents just don't know what to do.
She's 16, love. No, he's 16. For the next 2 days, don't fucking bother me.
Emergency?
Yeah, can I have an officer to come round, please?
What's happening?
It's 9:30 on Saturday night in Sheffield.
My 15-year-old son's just in my bedroom and smashed TV up and threatening to hit me and my son.
Right, okay. Is he still there now, yeah?
Yeah.
Just bear with me, I'm getting someone travelling, alright.
So we've got a 15-year-old kid. Yeah. Just falling out with his mother, smashed the TV up.
PC's Nathan Warrilow and Tom Casserly are dispatched to the mother's address.
It's not ideal though, is it, with a 15-year-old? No, it's not. It's not ideal for parents either, where they need cops coming with blue lights on to a 15-year-old. I just got told to wipe my neck in. Did you told, didn't you? Well, yeah. I know, I was absolutely frightened to death. Yeah, the alternative weren't pretty, really. Yeah. We go to incidents like this a lot. When I joined the police, this isn't what I had in mind. This isn't what I was expecting to be doing. But you more and more see parents losing control. Oh, that'll be him upstairs. I'll go and have a chat with him, you'll be alright. Yeah, it's just too fair. Oh, yeah. You just stay down here, sorry. Have a word with Nath. What's happened? He's been in my room, took that telly out, because he's broke the right, put it in his room. I take it back out because it doesn't belong to him. He's come in, punched it,
Come in and punched it.
and then starts punching out walls, slamming out doors, kicking off.
Okay.
I've literally been sat down.
Alright.
I just come in and talk to my TV.
That's a shame. What's happened after that? Have you got upset about it?
Because she was telling me something and I waited for listening to her. So I'm like, whatever. Come over here when I'll live there. Taking my phone off me, so I try grabbing my phone.
Right.
Walked off, so I was supposed to fuck up then, so no one else has it.
And have you done that?
Yeah, I'm going off look here, there's a massive crack on it.
Oh no.
He was upset about the way that he was being treated at home. Nothing uncommon for a kid that age. But I think because she's unable to punish the child effectively herself, she passes that to us.
I don't want him in the house. We're scared.
She's scared of him being in the house. If he normally is misbehaving, where do you normally take him, or where does he go anywhere else?
We just have to put up with it.
You just have to put up with it. Is there any other family or anything that we would go to that are nearby?
No.
What about your mum and your dad? Or what about any sisters or brothers of
I've got
yours? You've got none. So there's no one else that he can go and stay with so we can get this dealt with? There's no one at all. Obviously with his age, with him being 15, if we've got nowhere else to take him, we'll have to take him to custody. Is there nowhere else we can take him?
Nowhere else. I've sugarcoated it for way too long now. Enough's enough now.
The mother told us she wanted him arrested. I mean, he's 15. We don't want to arrest a child unnecessarily. But where there's nowhere else for him to be, we have to take him with us, or the situation will get worse. So I'm going to caution you.
Why?
So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you not mention when questioned something which will later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. We'll talk about it at the police station, okay?
Why do I have to go to the station?
Because you need to come with me, because I'm telling you.
There's absolutely nowhere else it can go.
Nowhere else. He wants to be a big man. Live the big man world. I'm not talking to you. You can't put down in that position.
Just go and wait upstairs. Go and wait upstairs. Stop arguing with a 15-year-old. I'll speak to you later.
Felt sorry for him. As a 15-year-old, you've got lots of anxieties and angers anyway. To then be arrested would have made him feel like nobody wants him. But I think calling the police was probably the only thing that she had available to do. I don't think she did it to be vindictive. We're the last resort sometimes for people like her.
Can I get a drink, please?
Blackcurrant near the Jack Daniels.
Near Jack Daniels? Right.
I don't reckon anything else, mate.
Right, we'll be back.
I felt very uncomfortable arresting and taking a 15-year-old child to custody.
Just holding on to you, mate.
Well, we don't. If we believed everyone that said that, we'd have a few people missing. Custody can shock people in a good way, so it can frighten people to the point where they think, no, I'm not going to do that again.
Alright, jump in, mate.
But 15, 16, in your formative years, this is the time where you're going to be affected the most.
The stigma of being arrested, of going to custody, it has potential to set the tone. If you're going to treat me like a criminal, I'll be a criminal. It's really sad. And there's no winners.
It's 10 p.m. at Sheffield Custody.
Just go up to this door. Just follow Nath, mate. I'll follow you.
Number 2, please.
A 15-year-old boy has been brought in for punching his mum's TV.
He's been arrested today for criminal damage. His mother believed that if he was staying there, he would continue to kick off and cause further damage in the property.
So I'm authorising you to be detained so we can interview you. Can you read and write, okay? You can't read? Right, for your interview, you're going to have an appropriate adult, okay? So if we can't get somebody from family, we'll have to get somebody in for you, alright?
When we deal with kids at
custody, they need an appropriate adult just to be there to make sure that they understand what is going on and what has been explained to them.
Yeah, just chuck your jacket tonight, mate.
In some cases, we have children coming in to us. We're calling up family members, and they don't want to come in to help their son.
Pretty sure there's absolutely nobody you can think of that would come.
My dad had come, but it's not my biological dad.
Was he involved at all? Will your mum have a contact for your dad, yeah?
The children are then having to stay overnight in custody because we can't find an appropriate adult until day staff come on.
Get your shoes off.
Shoes on.
Yeah, 'cause it's got laces on.
I wish there was something else that we could have done as opposed to just bringing a child into custody. It's not a place for children. But in the downfalls of available, more appropriate services, we increasingly regularly have no choice.
Like a sausage and mash? Sausage and mash? Right, I'll bring you that. Do you want to drink with it? Some water? No? Alright, I'll come back and see you then with that.
With no alternative for the boy but to spend the night in the cell, PC's Warrilow and Casserly head back to his mother's house to take a formal statement.
She's actually made me quite angry. I just can't believe her behaviour with her son.
Then coming down big for an activist.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting conversation.
Hello.
Come in.
So, he's with us. Where's he going to go when we release him?
There ain't nowhere for him to go.
Right, so he's going to be homeless. You're not happy to have him back?
No, it's gone on too long now.
Okay, we're going to have to get in touch with social services then
Yeah.
to provide him alternative accommodation.
At the end of the day, I've got two other kids to safeguard at the same time. So if I keep saying yeah, I'm not safeguarding them at the same time,
Okay.
am I?
At the time, you said that you wanted to provide with a statement. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah.
We need to do that now.
Yeah.
We're going to have issues for how long?
4 years. He don't go to school. He gets excluded. He goes to school, climbs through windows. Teachers take him to an inclusion centre. He jumps out in car while she's driving it. He's had 17 interventions. One child has 17 interventions and not gets any better.
As a police officer, we can always tell when something else is going on. We just have to sometimes keep probing that. What's actually happened here? Why is she acting like this?
Would you like to add a Victor's personal statement?
Yeah.
It's about how emotionally it's affected you, how it's affected your life, how it's affecting your day to day.
I can't describe the feeling. The only way is like last week I were willing to end my life.
You could see that his mum was at the end of her tether. She was desperate.
Are you getting help? Are you willing for us to try and get you some help if you're feeling like that? What about counselling? Are you happy for us to put any referrals in for you? Yeah? Okay.
You could see why she called us.
You alright?
I think she must have tried numerous ways of dealing with it. But when people call 999, usually it's the last resort. And I think this was a last resort reason.
Make sure you're happy with it. Do you need 5 minutes? Are you alright?
It's like this constantly.
It does wear you down. It really does. There's only so many ways you can deal with it. You can try shouting, you can try screaming, you can try being calm, you can try ignoring them. But sometimes you do need that extra help.
I think it's important that she's now actually understood the importance of the issue. A child's locked up, rightly, and that obviously it has been causing her a great deal of misery. But it's serious, isn't it?
Exactly. Serious.
Mum was right to call us. It was a good time for police to get involved. He's 15. He's very angry. We've got concerns for him and we can try and help him. But with young kids in the address. If he's happy to smash the TV, it could escalate.
You've always got teenagers that are going to rebel against their parents, but teenagers that are rebelling to the point where they are committing criminal offences is an issue in South Yorkshire, definitely.
Bunch of kids breaking into a church.
Do you know that? They've got to be respectable. Same as when people nick charity boxes.
Apparently, Lucy said somebody got arrested at her school yesterday and put in cuffs and put in the police car.
Are you leaving us?
Police emergency.
Help me, please. My son terrorized me. I need help, please.
At least every shift, I'll get a call from a parent saying that the child's being violent towards them.
Where is your son now?
Oh, wow.
Hello? Some kids are feral. They're smashing the house up. He's threatening me with a knife. He's threatening me with his kitchen scissors.
Police statistics from across the country reveal that reported incidents of child-on-parent abuse have doubled in recent years.
He's smashing the house up. Is it me? Is it me?
These parents tell us they feel powerless. They don't know what to do. You can hear the emotion in the voice. You can tell they're desperate and they genuinely need help.
There's parents all over South Yorkshire that are scared of the kids.
Police emergency.
It's 8 o'clock on Sunday evening.
My son's just literally attacked his dad.
What caused this?
He's asked to lend some money back because we both told him no. That's what started it off.
What did he do?
Well, he was threatening to get us killed, and then he literally ran to the kitchen and attacked his dad.
Kilt light, straight over. Keep going.
For the second time in just 3 days, PC's Warrilow and Casserly are dispatched to help parents struggling with their child's behaviour.
I have seen child-on-parent violence increase. I'd say it's something we come across on a week-by-week basis.
It's going to be about 4 or 5 houses down on the left, mate.
I've had 14-year-olds with knives threatening mum and dad because she wants a phone back, to boys that won £10 for a video game.
There we go. That'll be our lad.
I think the biggest problem we have bringing up the young is setting the boundaries and being firm that if that boundary is reached, that they will be dealt with. And I don't think there's so much of that nowadays.
Come on, come on, chat with me. Come on, let's come in and chat with you.
Which then means that when they do become teenagers, they've no fear of consequence.
Shall we go and sit in the back of my car?
Right, so what exactly has happened tonight?
Well, he's been on phone with his mate, smoking his usual weed. He's got no respect. He's asked for 20 quid. Because we've told him no, basically, and he's flipped.
Right.
Try breaking windows, chuck something at the wall.
Right.
And he threatened to stab his dad. And to kill us all, son.
He's threatened to kill you?
He's going to set house on fire. Set house on fire with big petrol bombs. Set back door up so we can't run back door.
He said that tonight? If he said he's going to kill you, worried that he will, then we need to lock him up. Has he said that tonight?
He has said that tonight.
Based on that, we're going to be arresting him.
As a police officer, you have to take threats seriously. This child had previously put a knife to his dad's neck. The risk in letting him go anywhere other than custody would be if he did come back to that address with a set of matches, petrol, and set that place on fire. If that's going to happen, we've not done his job properly.
Got some news to break to you, mate. Based on what's been said, you're currently under arrest on suspicion of threats to kill and also threats to cause damage. So I need to tell you that you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Just jump out for me.
They're locked up, threatening to kill me, mum and dad.
Take your hands out of your pockets. It's alright, I'm not here to scare you. Check your your waistband, pal. Happy days. You jump back in.
Jump back in for us. Cheers, pal.
The 16-year-old will now be taken to custody to explain his actions.
You're not frightened of police and getting in trouble with police and stuff? Does it not scare you? That's worrying, that, mate. It's really worrying. When I was a kid, I was shit scared of cops. Absolutely frightened of them.
You have to try and engage with them. We don't want to criminalise them. But in this case, he didn't seem to care. He seemed to be a bit of a badge of honour that we were there.
We can affect your future massively. Having a little mark on a record can change your life. It's not good, mate. It's not good.
I was absolutely frightened of cops. My parents were cops. I was frightened of them. It's a bit disheartening to see a child with that level of disrespect.
I want to shake you, to just wake you up, just to see how young you are and how you can still shape your future. You really can. You can direct your future how you need it to be, but only you can do that, mate.
When I was little, I used to get grounded all the time.
That don't surprise me.
I was a really naughty kid. Obviously, I grew out of it, and I'm not anymore.
You have definitely not grown out of it. So funny. Police emergency.
Right, I've got my daughter in. She's punching my windows in. I need somebody to come and remove her and take her where she's supposed to go.
I think in my early years, I was very rebellious, to say the least. I was the naughty child. I just sort of suddenly switched and mellowed out in my 20s. But not everybody does.
The council will give her somewhere to live today, and she turned up here. And now she's pulling the window wipers off my partner's van.
We must take calls daily from parents dealing with, now, adult children.
My son is heavily intoxicated with alcohol and is very aggressive, and there's about a youngster in the house, and he's just attacking everybody.
I had one yesterday. It were a guy who slung his elderly, frail mother into back of a taxi.
He's banging on the windows, demanding that I let him out, just but he's obviously heavily intoxicated and not supposed to let out.
Okay.
You are! I'm not doing this anymore, I can't, no, I've had enough.
We all regress a little bit when we go back to our parents, especially if it's the same house. You do go back into that mindset of how you were when you were a child. I still do when I go and see my mum.
We've been trying to deal with this now for about 3 hours. I don't know what else to do now.
But no matter how bad kids are, the parents won't stop loving them, and that's one of the tricky situations. At what point do you draw the line and say enough's enough? You're that child's parent, and it's a tough call.
Emergency. Hello, my son's turned up at my house. He's screaming and trying to break the windows.
It's 5 p.m. in Sheffield, and a call is coming in from a distressed mother.
Is that him shouting? Yeah, that's him shouting. Stop it! You're gonna break the windows! Cloud is 23. Stop it!
It's Friday, yeah?
Yeah.
I've got officers coming up. Just down the line, okay?
Oh.
I think I've been there before. I think it's that kid. I think we've known him, don't we?
PC's Donna Armstrong and Graham McShane are the nearest unit to the mother's home.
Is it his own family?
Yeah.
His mum's address?
He's still outside the front, is he?
Still outside the front. Yeah.
Hello?
Stop coming round. I told you not to come round. Stop coming round.
Hello? What are you doing over here? You're on your way? Are you on your way off? Why have you come to your mum's?
To talk to her.
About what? Just wait here.
I'm not being detained.
No, you're not being detained. I just want to speak to you. I don't want you to walk off. Just wait a minute.
I'm not being detained.
It's like mental. He's got some long-standing mental health issues.
Maria, have you walked?
What do you want? Just stand there.
I've not been
Well, you will be the 10 for the minute.
We're not going to stay out. Don't put your hands on me. Stop.
Whenever you deal with anything, a lot of our job is risk management. Also, trying to damage the windows. Because the last thing we'd want to do was leave him at that address and then for him to harm himself or to harm his mother.
I've not shown you any violence. I've tried to leave.
Bishop,
I tried to leave.
Right, so the 10 if
I'm trying to picture the piece of the moment, alright? I've no reason.
I'd arrested him at that point. As a means to an end, really. Had no intention of him actually going to a custody suite. It was more of a case of let's stop him leaving until I've established his mum's alright. He's not committed any offences. Right, are you going to sit in the car? Nicely.
Just sit down. I'll go and speak to your mum.
We'll speak to your mum. And if she says nothing's happened, we'll take you home. Don't get upset about it. Don't worry about it.
Trying to talk to my love.
I don't think she wants to speak to you.
I can't let him in when it's like this. He's saying he wants to sit down and talk with me, but if I let him in, he gets really angry and I can't get him out. And he smashes things and I can't have that. He rang me about 12:30 at night. He rang and he said, you had sex with a man for money on Monday the 11th of February. There's a video online. Obviously I said, don't stupid.
Where's he got that?
This is what he gets into his head. I don't know. He won't tell us. From when he was a child, we've always been just me and him. We were very close, very, very close. And it was me and him against the world for a long time where it felt that way. But when he started suffering with mental illness, he started saying quite vile things to me that just weren't true, but he's so fixated on. And that's when I realised just how serious it might be. He rang me at 7 in the morning, still agitated, still saying things like that. So I told him to stop ringing me. And then he rang again, 8:30, and that was the last I heard. And then he just turned up again. He's saying that I was raped and I was on drugs. That I was bored, so I decided to be a prostitute.
Are you very frightened?
Yeah.
Of what?
I don't know what he'd do.
It's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable, yeah. Can't let him in because I don't know what he'll do. He isn't a bad person. He doesn't mean to hurt people. But the aggression when it's aimed at me does make me feel scared.
Right, so there's no offences, but she says that you've turned up 3 times yesterday and she doesn't want you to turn up anymore, okay? So she wants me to tell you. She wants me to tell you not to come back, okay? So if you do come back, you're going to get into trouble.
Please, can I talk to her?
She don't want to speak to you.
I need to talk to her.
I certainly feel sorry for his mum and for him. That fixation he had was, upsetting for his mum. It's just an absolute nightmare. It's just extremely difficult to... How are you going to resolve that situation? We're not doctors. I can't sort out that issue, unfortunately. Stay with your dad and don't come back tonight. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't come back here tonight. Because he will get locked up then.
I must have sat through over 1,000 meetings with different professionals over the years.
Is it the supported living where he lives?
Yes. However, when we change from child services to adult services, there is a big drop off. There's not as much available and it's harder to get. I think that is where we really hit the wall.
It's up to you. I mean, if you don't want to speak to him, then I wouldn't. He's with his dad.
What? With the police? What happened? What happened? Nothing happened. What? Stop ringing me.
I'll just turn off if I were you.
If he turns back up, just give us a ring, and like I say, he'll probably end up getting arrested if he keeps coming back.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop for it until he calms down, and then I can talk to him with somebody that I'm not having him. I can't let him in. It tears you in two as a mother. You just want to hold your child and stop them being upset, but then you're scared of them. You have to push them away, and they hate you for it. And I hate myself that I had to do that. I feel like the worst mother in the world.
I can't ever imagine being scared of my own child. I can't blame her for not cutting all ties. She's going to keep doing what she can, as I think any parent would.
I don't think parenting ever ends, does it? It just goes through different phases of your life. For good and bad, they are your creation, no matter how they turn out.
Sometimes the kids, they're broken beyond repair. But a parent will never stop caring. A parent will never stop fighting for the kids, no matter how old they are. You can't leave your child. It doesn't work like that.
Police emergency.
Hello, could I have an officer up here, please?
It's 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon.
What's happening?
My son's just smashing me house up because he's drunk.
He's there now?
Yeah, he's here now.
Okay.
A call is coming in from a frightened dad in Sheffield.
What's your name?
Alan Michael Tyrrell.
Okay, what's your son's name?
Alan Michael Tyrrell.
Oh, so you got the same name, have you?
Yeah, yes. He just totally smashed me house up. I told him you can't be drunk and drugged up all the time. So
Right.
what's going
So
on?
is that drink and drugs?
Yes, yeah. I'm fed up with it. He's threatening me.
How old is he?
I'm 70-year-old. He's 42. Hey, Jake. Now, me and my dad just started falling out. That's all it is.
Right, okay, so why are you smashing house up?
I'm not. I'm leaving now. He's just being the weirdo. He smashed all my furniture up. I've got a coffee table with all my things on. He just smashed that straight against the door. So he's done a run now.
What I am still going to do, though, Alan, is get officers to come and speak to you. Take a seat, Alan. Let's have a chat. Let's calm you down a bit. Alan. Alan. What's the matter? If you want to just lock your door so then he can't come back in. The police are on the way.
It's Thursday afternoon in Sheffield.
So did you get that? So, the son's at the address, smashing the place up, basically.
BC's Josh Lawton and Jack Paisley are responding to a call from an elderly man in fear of his 42-year-old son.
Yeah, he's in drink, and possibly on drugs as well. You'd like to think that when someone's 42, they've grown out of acting that way towards their family. Alan Tyrrell. I could never do that to my parents. Next one down. Seems to be more of a teenager kind of rebelling stage almost, where you start getting into arguments with your parents.
Let's call this down.
Thank you. Is it alright if we come in? Is this what he's done?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Why has he done this?
He don't drink up weed like.
And the weed, right, okay.
And I phoned Alan up. I said, I'm just in the club having a quick time. Alright, Dad, and he come down, his eyes is like that. Well, I said, you've been on that stuff, haven't you? Yeah, of course, being toilet rolling one up. I said, you can pay that in.
It always plays on your emotions a bit when you come to a job and and someone like that answers the door, because you could tell that he was still frightened about what had just happened.
So I said, are you going nice? She said, yeah. I fetched me a fish cake, give it money. She's been gone an hour. I said, where are you now? Fuck off. I said, alright, yeah. So he's coming an hour later, he sees your fish cake, that's it. That's a bit late now. So I said, don't tell me what to do. I said, I'm not telling you what to do. He says, you're always telling me what to do. I said, I'm your dad. You're 42 and you've done nothing with your life apart from like get in trouble and get drunk. I said, it's disgusting. And then he just said, I'm sick of this pig table and smashed it.
The flat is just in absolute disarray. It wasn't just a flip table and walk off. It was a, that's a force put into that table being thrown across the room.
You okay?
I remember the day Alan was born, Alan Jr., and then fetching him home and growing up, going to nursery and things. Yeah, I used to take him rock climbing, fishing, caving. Because we're so close, it hurts more when we fall out,
It's alright, take your time.
Alan can be scary, he's got this stare, and he looks at you and his eyes actually change colour. And he just glares at you, you know you're in some trouble when he glares at you. Half the time you can laugh at it. But it's the first time he's ever shown off that bad. I said, if I went full and knock your head off, he said, nah, I'll big Alan. And he kept showing off, and he come in my face, and I stopped him. I said, phone the police, unless you go, he said, phone who you want. I'm not trying to go to prison. I said, you're an idiot. Only fools go to prison.
There's always problems created by being family members. You have someone who turns up, bashing on your door, saying they're going to knock you out. You think, not going out there. Your son comes in absolutely off his head, banging on the door, saying, let me in. You think, I need to help him.
Would you be willing to provide a statement against him or not?
Yeah, but I'd rather he weren't long, so I'd rather he had a good hiding, a slap.
Yeah, I know, we can't do that, I'm afraid.
The next time he comes back and is drunk and banging on the door, you don't think what happened last time, you think, let them in again.
No, equally, you know what I mean? Because he's drugged up. He'll be back tomorrow saying, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm sorry, Dad.
Right, okay.
So it's mainly you kind of want him to get help with his drinking drugs and stuff like that, alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll let you know how it goes, alright?
Yeah,
Thank you, gentlemen.
no worries. You have someone who's given their own name to their son because you want them to carry on the convictions of that family.
Have a quick look.
Right, let's see where he is. To get into that situation where you're there scared of them, it must be absolutely devastating. His last address on PNC was from September last year.
He said opposite the shops, didn't he?
PC's Lawton and Paisley scour the local area for Alan Jr.
Has he got any, associates?
Not on PNC or anything.
But there's no sign of him.
Should go back to Sniggill and regroup then.
Yeah, I reckon so. See if we can find anything else.
Police emergency.
Hello, can I please? I've got someone on my property and he won't leave, love.
What is his name?
It's Alan Tibble, love.
It's 3 hours since Alan Sr. reported his son to the police. Now, they've been alerted that he's making trouble in Rotherham.
He's well in drink, is he?
Yeah.
So just ignore him and then we can get officers out there, okay?
Right, Alice, I'm not taking pictures. No, Alan's just fixed on my bank card. Stand in here for me. No, that's right. No, you're coming, right, you're on some other offences. Stay there, I'm putting the dog in. What are you doing, dog? Right.
It was not in time, you're under arrest on suspicion of criminal damage. You don't have to say anything but name and defence.
I've come back on...
It's obviously necessary to protect a vulnerable person and prevent further damage to property.
Once arrested, Alan Jr. is taken to custody in Sheffield. After a night in the cell to sober up,
Desk 2.
Alan Jr. is brought to the custody desk.
Then we'll get you sorted.
How are we? You're right. Do you know why you're here? Right. You're in for a damage to a table at your dad's.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I
obviously...
remember arguing with my dad. I can remember arguing with my girlfriend with dog.
Do you know why, though? Is it? I mean, had you had something to drink and whatever?
Yeah, my dad both had a drink. I met him in pub yesterday. My dad's never phoned police on me ever. Not in my life. I don't like shouting and screaming. I like talking my way out of things. And when it gets to things like that, I know I've gone too far. It's horrible.
Do you want anyone telling your ear?
I think everybody knows. My dad definitely does, obviously. I used to get back from club on a Sunday and he used to go on settee while his Sunday dinner were done, and I used to I can remember my earliest memory of getting on settee and going to sleep with him for an hour while his dinner were done. Because I got a little dog, so I kept shouting to try and get dog, but then my partner ended up grabbing it and they ended up leaving it at her house.
Got you.
So he's going to start it all over again by the time I have to go up there to get my dog back.
You got any medical conditions at all?
I'm alcohol dependent.
So typically, how much were you drinking a day?
In general, one of them big bottles of wine, and probably about 3 or 4 of them, and about 3 or 4 crates of 10 bottles. After my mum and dad broke up, I just went a bit daft. Argued with everybody like a problem child. Forever in trouble, constantly. Got kicked out of every school in Sheffield. I was just smoking weed and drinking a lot, and everything went downhill.
Have you been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
Yeah, I'm on tablets for it. But
Depression? Yeah. Anxiety?
And I've had a few attempts of trying to do my setting. Tried hanging myself.
Was this an individual incident that prompted that?
Oh, yeah. I lost my son.
Problem really started more when he lost little me. He was stillborn. He upset Alan really bad, as he would do anyone else. He seemed to have got more depressed after that. He's drunk more, he was drinking a lot more.
I've been trying to sort myself out, like I've cut down on drinking.
Yeah.
But I had a drink yesterday, I mean, it's getting right bad today, and I've cut down a lot more.
Yeah. Although we have to investigate the criminal matters. The other agencies that we've got working here are here to address the other issues.
I think my dad, he wants to see me settle down. I don't like arguing with him because it might be the last argument we have. His kidney's going, they can't give him a transplant or anything. He's going to pass in the next couple of years. When his time comes, I want to be able to carry his coffin down, talk in his funeral. I don't want to be out my face.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
When it comes to the end of my life, I'd like to tell Alan that I'd like to see a better future for him. That he wants to behave, stop it with drink and smoking weed.
Here we go.
And enjoy his life better.
Fine, and slide up.
People don't want to call us because they don't want their children to get in trouble, but sometimes getting them into trouble is the only way that you can stop the behaviour from happening, whether they're 12 years old or 40 years old.
When you're a mum or a dad, that's it for life. They're always yours. Don't matter how bad the situation is, how many times you've fallen out, you'll still be there, hoping that they are going to get better. You are going to lead them to a better path.
I've literally been sat here. Alright. I just come in and talk to my TV. So I smashed it for fuck, so no one else has it.
The boy who was taken in for smashing his mum's TV returned home the next day. He was referred to youth services, and his relationship with his mum has improved.
I've since seen him, and he seems like a different person. Listening to his mum, I'm optimistic in that he's changed his ways and that he's not going to come back to our attention.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
The youth who threatened to kill his parents was released without charge.
I want to shake you, to just wake you up, just to see how young you are and how you can still shape your future.
12:30 at night he rang and he said, "You had sex with a man for money on Monday the 11th of February. There's a video online."
The woman who called the police in fear of her adult son is still trying to get better care for him.
What you've done yet? You have not
Your mum says you're trying to damage the windows. Do you know why you're here?
Alan Jr. was found guilty of criminal damage after he wrecked his dad's coffee table.
I remember arguing with my dad. I can remember arguing with my girlfriend.
He was made to pay compensation and ordered to attend an alcohol rehabilitation program. He has since made up with his dad.
As soon as I were out of court, I texted him, told him I missed him, I loved him, and he invited me back in for a cup of tea. It was a bit awkward, but it was alright.
And support information for the issues raised can be found online at channel4.com/support. Now, tomorrow night we take a look at the other side of law enforcement as 3 ex-cons try their best to rehabilitate. New Back to Jail, Crime and Punishment is at 10. A Very British Sex Shop is next.
Emergency call. I saw being bottled in the face. Can you get some police down there?
With the country divided.
Hello, my friend. Give me from here.
What's that?
It's our emergency services
1263's running!
who see firsthand how broken Britain really is.
The police can't make your husband talk to you. It's not against the law for him not to talk to you.
And how it's changing.
That's what mum's actually.
Is it?
Are you texting that? No, sir.
That's all I've got. No, that's my telephone number.
As more and more of us face the problems of a nation increasingly on its knees.
142. The drink drive limit is 35.
One service, more than any other, is feeling the strain.
While you remain naked, I'm not going to be speaking to you at the cell door.
I'll ask you a question, yeah?
Everything pushes down to the police. As a chief constable, that's what keeps me awake at night. If that thin blue line breaks, there is nothing else.
You stay there. Take your hands out your pockets.
With crime on the rise, but funding on the decline,
Custody's closed.
it's still the police we turn to help us through.
They asked for her bank details, and Mum gave them the bank details.
Sometimes when you finish a shift, you can walk out saying, how did we get through today?
Northamptonshire.
But the guy said to me, we can be killed tonight.
And right across the UK.
Just get help. I need him out the house.
The police are dealing with the fallout of a hidden housing crisis.
How have you got these injuries?
I've got it, didn't you?
Ultimately, we're all like one paycheck away from potentially being homeless. I know I am anyway.
From house shares
You're kind of in their house and they don't want you here.
to hostels,
All I want to do is go in there and get my head over.
an unprecedented number of people have no proper place to call home.
Have a little sleep if I was you. And you got a blanket and a nice soft pillow there.
Everyone's always got problems, haven't they? And in shared housing, people have got more problems than most.
Do I like bingo? I don't know whether I like bingo or not. I don't mind it. Yeah. Police emergency. Police emergency, go ahead. Police emergency, go ahead.
I live in a shared accommodation. I've got a lady upstairs. She started ramming the food in my face. You smell it. It was mouldy and she's really winding me up now.
In Northamptonshire, a decade of austerity has seen a steady rise in calls, and call handlers say there are more reports about the pressures of living in shared accommodation.
Well, you stay in your room, because what we don't want is this to escalate and cause more problems.
Home life has changed for so many people now, isn't it? Because people are renting more. You're sharing accommodation. You know, you might just be renting a room in a house. And there are more issues because you're trying to live with people that you probably got nothing in common with.
There's a lot of people they smoke weed, they loud their music, people couldn't even sleep.
Okay, home is the place where you go, you shut your door and you forget about the world around you, the day you've had. You put your comfies on, sit on the sofa with a glass of wine, and it is your place. There are a lot of people out there living in places where their house isn't their safe place.
I have a lodger who's getting quite violent. I've asked him to leave.
Yeah.
And all he's doing is shouting, telling us to F off and all the rest.
The conditions that some people have to live in are awful.
There's a person that lives underneath me.
Yeah.
And they're just banging on the walls. They're just banging anywhere.
Okay. Space is definitely the thing that everyone's after. If you don't have the space, you have people living on top of each other, and that's where the problem happens.
It's the early hours of Sunday morning.
Police emergency.
A tenant is calling about a fight in a large house share.
We've been inside and then they started fighting.
Okay, how many people are in there?
There are 3 or 4.
So these people with the knife.
Look, they came in out of the house. They are knife and can you come emergency right now?
Yes, we will be travelling as an emergency, okay?
So we haven't got an idea.
No, because he's not giving us anything.
PC's Louise O'Sullivan and Sean Whelan are dispatched to the house share, known as a House of Multiple Occupancy, or HMO.
Are you on the phone to the police?
Yeah.
You are. Can you describe the person with the knife?
It's housemate.
Housemate?
Yeah.
There's quite a few HMOs in Northampton. Usually quite a large house with a good few rooms in there, with maybe a couple of bathrooms and a shared kitchen. You'll get people from all different walks of life. So it could be someone who's just moved to the UK, who's got their first job and just needs somewhere to bed down at night. It could be someone who's lost their home. You've got different personalities, different characters, different beliefs. Hello, how you doing, guys? May I come in? Thank you very much. Who's got the knife? No one's got a knife? Hello, sir. How you doing? So, how have you got these injuries? This guy? Right, dude, would you mind waiting outside here for a minute with my colleague? Yeah? Yeah? Just watch him, Lou. He might be a suspect. If people are living in that close proximity all the time, it just takes that little extra just to tip people over the edge.
I went now, and the guy said to me, we can kill you tonight. They're saying to me, this time just see hit him.
Who have you seen hit him?
That guy hit him.
With what? With bottle. Do these people live? They're Somalian chaps. Do they live in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you got ID as well? Yeah.
There are 4 men living in the house, 2 East African and 2 Albanian. The man who's been injured is a friend of one of the Albanian tenants.
The majority of people I've seen in HMOs are usually young, single men. I think it's easier for a lady with children to find a home through the council, whereas for a man, I think it's a lot tougher. The waiting list is bigger. What's actually happened?
Well, we were in a thing.
Yeah.
Saturday night, okay?
Yeah.
So, these 2 guys were here in the kitchen. And this one, I just seen him, maybe like throwing something back. He was too quick at and then the thing smashed him.
So basically he's throwing a bottle in your face, yeah? If I'd have been glassed in the face, I'd be probably trying to get down to a A&E department quickly. Not just sitting there, continuing on having a beer with my buddies. So...
You fucking piece of shit. Fuck off. You piece of... Look how he's done this. It's alright, mate.
You
piece of shit.
We're going to sort it out now.
No, look how he's done this.
It's okay. Mate, now, which person here is it?
I can't... that one.
What, the one with his back to the wall with the curly hair? Yeah. Okay. Let's just get him out here quickly before it escalates.
At the moment, you're under arrest on suspicion of ABH. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah. Let's just jump outside, mate. We'll get you out of here. So you're under arrest at the minute on suspicion of ABH.
Is that his?
Records show that the number of HMOs in Britain has nearly trebled since 2013.
I'm a landlord and I've owned the property for over 10 years and a number of other HMOs across the town. As rent increases, my HMO tenants cannot afford to pay for a 1-bedroom flat, which will be £700-800 a month. They can get a HMO for say £400 a month with all their bills included. It makes it a lot more affordable for people.
Do you need to tell friends or family that you're here? I need to talk to my job.
I've dealt with people working long hours for not great pay, people working 0-hour contracts. Their employment gives them no stability. And then they come home to a HMO and they're sharing that accommodation Their whole lifestyle is quite challenging. Inevitably, sometimes things boil over. In this circumstances, it's the police that have to come out and resolve it.
Lives in a multiple occupancy address. He's been having problems with this person over the past week, so he's grabbed a glass and thrown it at this chap's head.
If they don't resolve the differences, how does that issue then resolve itself? Is the landlord going to step in and decide, right, I'm going to ask you to move out and you can stay? And they're in a tenancy agreement.
We're going to move to your waistband now, okay?
Unfortunately, people are left with a choice. Do they move? Do you lose your deposit because the bloke next door is doing your head in? That is one of the downsides of HMOs.
If you're a young single guy and you don't have enough to buy a house or rent a house as a whole, the chances are if you've got no family and friends to help you, you're going to end up somewhere in a HMO. It's his first time in custody, so have a little sleep if I was you. And you got a blanket and a pillow. Nice soft pillow there.
You know, I was quite disappointed with my kiwi, I have to say. Kate's just told me that you can eat the skin to a kiwi, but why would you want that texture? How would you?
Yeah, you can eat the skins. Try a bit.
I'm not eating the skin.
A little bit of furry thing on your tongue. You're used to it, you're all right.
Over the last year, rents have increased nationwide. And there's been a 13% rise in rented households letting rooms to lodgers to make ends meet.
I need help getting out of my house. My landlord won't let me out of the house. He's locking me in.
What do you mean he's locked you in? House prices and living costs are so high, and more people are having to rent out their rooms or houses as a source of income. Why won't he let you out?
Because I'm behind on the payment. I can't make the payment, so he won't let me out now.
When people rent rooms in their own places, it's when tensions start to flare.
Hi, one of our tenants has smashed the windows in.
So you've evicted him, have you?
Girl staying with me. She's mouthing at my partner, slammed the door at my partner's face. Basically, she's taking the piss out of me. Excuse my French.
In my parents' generation, they could easily buy a house. I'm in the generation where you're stuck in a catch-22. How can I get out of my rented property, trying to live, trying to pay my rent, and trying to survive?
My son's refusing to leave my house. He wants to borrow money. I haven't got any money, but now he's in the bathroom refusing to leave. You're not leaving my house.
Society's making it so difficult for people to get on that property ladder that unfortunately, rent problems that are nothing to do with the police are becoming our problem because people are kicking off.
Oh, hi, yes, I need police here, emergency, please. I'm being wrongfully evicted by my landlord. They're being violent. They're going to threaten me with a hammer.
How many of them are there?
It's supposed to be two of them.
So they were stood outside, or were they in the flat with you when they threatened you with this hammer?
They say they're going to get one and come through the door with it.
All right, you keep your door locked. We'll have officers with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Which male has this hammer on his possession? Has it been seen or has it just been mentioned? Yes, copy.
Less than 10 minutes after they were called, PC Sean Whelan and Nina Crean arrive on the scene.
Hello, you right?
May I come in?
Yes, mate, yeah, come in, son.
Who are you?
I'm the owner of the house.
You are?
Yeah.
Who's the tenant at the moment?
Josh.
Where is he?
He's barricaded himself in the room because he needed to just get out. I need him out of the house.
Okay. Apparently the guys upstairs barricaded himself in the room, so... Do you two guys live here?
I live here, yeah.
Yeah, and who's this?
It's my partner.
Okay.
Hello, it's the police. Hello, do you want to put that down, mate?
Yes, of course.
Good lad.
Can you get the door open?
What's made you call the police today?
Because they were going to get a hammer. They were banging and crashing on the wall, shouting, like threatening and stuff. And then they said they're going to get a hammer and start smashing through the door. So they wanted to chuck me outside, all my stuff, all my music equipment. I was terrified. They were very hostile. They did threats through the door.
Having a living landlord and just one or two tenants, it's more personal. Throughout the years, on and off, I've rented out my spare bedroom just to help me a little bit financially. That changed the whole dynamic of how I was living, having strangers in my house, and that took a lot of getting used to. There was one or two individuals who I eventually had to hint they had to go. They just weren't tidy, they were pretty disgusting in some cases, and it just wasn't working out, so.
So I said, look, I can pay you 100, that works, I needed some for food, and they said, no, that's not enough, you must leave. I said, okay. But then I said, if I leave, I need the £100 to find another place to go.
Basically, those two are the landlord, they live here. He simply rents a spare room, so they are living landlords. There's no contract in place, so as far as I'm aware, technically, if they want to evict him, they can. He's been here about 5-6 weeks in total.
Yeah.
I think he prepaid for the first 2, and since then he's not paid a penny, and they just literally had enough of him. And I think the threat came from, he said, I'll take the door off, as in I'll remove the door from the hinges. I do believe them. It's just a matter of they want him to go because he's not paying.
I spent last year staying with a friend. He was getting custody of his daughter. So I had to leave, and I was working in a temporary job that all of a sudden finished straight away. So I moved into this place, and I gave him a promise to pay back the money when I got a job. I remember going out all day long looking for a job each day, and I was so depressed. And I managed it. I got the job in a call centre, and I really liked it. Everything was going well, but my whole first week's money got stolen out of my account. I lost £200. Now that £200 I promised to my landlord.
The problem that we have is you're kind of in their house and they don't want you here.
Your rights are quite limited at the moment.
I'm not very good at doing stuff like this. I need to... I guess it's kind of how I'm vulnerable. I'm not very organised.
Josh, don't get upset, mate. No stress. It's all right.
I left home 18. I've always lived in shared accommodation. I can't knock the upbringing I had. I went to private school. When I was 22, I met a girl. We were together 9 years. We rented a flat for quite a few years. My girlfriend wanted to become a mother, and I felt deep down it wasn't the right thing for me at the time. When she left me and she said, I don't know how you're going to cope on your own, Joss. Since that time, I have gone a bit wayward.
You're not coping too well, are you? And I'm looking around and this room, and obviously, you know, your clothes, and you're quite, you know, shaky and...
Yeah, I don't look after this.
No.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I've took him in and helped him out.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to turn around and do this to me, you know, and I can't afford to, like, I don't work myself because of illness and that lot.
It's just from our point of view, he's a vulnerable guy.
Do you want to come down and shall we speak to the landlord and see if we can move this forward for you? And what I'm concerned about is if we remove you too quickly, where are you going to go? And then you'll become more vulnerable, won't you?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern. Okay, what we need to do is obviously between you come up with a plan, a way forward here. Okay. The thing is, to me, he's quite vulnerable.
Yes, I've helped him out so much. I've fed him. I've helped him out because he's had no food and not a lot. I've said to him, help yourself to our food. I'm not going to see a man starve.
No, I appreciate that. I'm not,
well, there you go.
against you on that.
Do you expect me to do that every week for you? No, I'm not going to keep doing it, Josh. I can't afford to.
I've got a lot of money stolen off me lately.
But that's nothing to do with me, is it? I'm in a difficult position myself, Josh.
Yeah, everybody is. Both of you are, really.
I'm paying overheads for the house, my own self-guard, and I'm not paying for you. Simple.
If you're a landlord, you're renting a room out, you know, you need the money to live, and you've got someone not paying you, then it kind of comes down to you're supporting someone else, aren't you?
How can I find out with another room if I've got no money to move in with? If I can possibly find someone, I'll get out.
The landlord is a good guy. He did help me out. He helped me when I was in trouble. If they'd just be able to just be a bit more patient, I would have paid him back everything.
So what do you think's reasonable here?
I said if he gives me £50, he can stay till Monday.
Till Monday.
He owes me 3 weeks, you know what I mean? So I'm losing out there at the end of the day.
So potentially, if Josh is up for it, we can get you down to the Kingsthorpe front now in our car. Yeah? Make sure you got some suitable clothing on you. And we can do that. Of course, if you want to, yeah? Tell you what, if you go and put some trousers on, buddy, because you've got a rip in those ones. Yeah? And then that'll be fine for the weekend.
no.
Yeah, we'll wait for you outside, yeah?
But looking at him there, he can barely look after himself. He can, he seriously needs some help.
I mentioned about his family, his mum and dad and his sisters, but
Has he got anyone?
no, he's got nobody.
In a way, I felt guilty bringing Joss to get the cash out because it wasn't a police decision to make people get some money out to pay a landlord.
Did you get the money?
Yeah, I've got the money.
Good work. Okay, awesome. Let's go back to the house, yeah? We'll get you back into your room,
Cheers,
get you back into bed, nice and cosy.
The easy thing would have been just to say, Joss, you need to leave, the landlord wants you out, and just watch him go. But it wouldn't have sat right with me to see that.
Hello, guys. So there's the £50 for the weekend. Hopefully, he can get himself sorted in the meantime. However, I really hope I haven't got to come back here. I don't want to have to come back here again. Yeah, no arguing, no funny business. We've got an arrangement. Yeah? And excellent. Bye.
Ultimately, we're all like one paycheck away from potentially being homeless. I know I am anyway.
Positive outcome, I suppose. They're shaking hands. The money's been exchanged, and he said he's willing to store his stuff in the house until he finds somewhere else.
I'm just hoping to survive this. When I can get back on my feet and get a place of my own, I think I'll be much better equipped for survival. Or I hope I am. I hope I've learned something.
It's just after 9 in the morning in Kettering.
Common sense, people.
Jeez, it's not difficult, is it?
PC's Debbie Wishart and Max Spittlehouse are battling the rush hour traffic.
They don't know how to get out of the way. They don't know when to stop. They close your gap.
Yeah, people can't drive.
People can't drive.
If I had £1 for every person that needs to retake their driving test.
Oh, man.
Police emergency, go ahead, caller.
Hi, I've just been assaulted.
A call is coming in from a local hostel that has 15 emergency rooms for vulnerable adults who have nowhere else to go.
Do you need an ambulance?
I've been told that I've got a big lump on the back of my head.
We've got officers travelling to you, alright?
I've been there recently.
We're there all the time, aren't we? It's sheltered accommodation for homeless people and people with specific needs. So there are persons there to assist general living. Hello? This is the lady that's called the police. With regards to who? Right, so what exactly has happened?
I lost his daughter asking for a cigarette, like we all do here.
Right.
And then the next thing I know, I've been like pushed over and the CCTV to prove it and I banged my head on.
Where's the CCTV? Let me have a feel of your head.
Could I have a look at the CCTV? Does it capture the assault happening?
The reason I called 999 was because I'd knocked on my friend's door and he wouldn't answer the door to me. So I was banging on his door. The next thing I know, he's opened the door, pushed me flying, and I've hit my head on the wall.
Not justified, but her actions were unjustified, to be honest. So, yeah.
In the assisted living, whether it be people banging around, whether it be loud music, it causes frustration. It doesn't take much for it to go boom.
Hello, at this moment in time, buddy, you're under arrest on suspicion of assault, okay? You don't have to say anything, but it may have an offence. If you're not meant to run questions, submit later on court, and anything you say may be an evidence, all right? Your arrest is necessary to conduct a prompt and threat investigation into the offence. Do you mind me asking any mental health problems or any...
Being assessed for mental health.
For what exactly?
Depression and severe anxiety.
But nothing
diagnosed. ADHD.
Okay.
When I'm angry, I do lose my temper. There is times where it just does get the better of me because it builds up too much. There's some nasty people there sometimes. Like, we had a lot of drug users, a lot of alcoholics, and there's always going to be tension at one point or another. I'm not going to kick off because I'm sorry, not to be rude, but I don't think I'm in the wrong. You me getting aggravated. Where's your happy because
This car here, mate.
While the suspect is taken to custody to be questioned, the officers are alerted to another incident involving the victim.
She will have to come in as well. She's a burglary was reported yesterday for her. Because it's been alleged that you've entered through a locked door and stolen a chicken Kiev, I need to inform you that at this time you are under arrest on suspicion of burglary of that room okay? After 16 years of doing this job, that was one to remember, and I think that will live with me for quite some while.
I'll tell you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, lots. No, thank you. I was 9 years old when I moved over to the UK. I think I got bullied because of being from a different country. Bullying got so bad for me, I didn't want to speak to anybody. It just made things worse for me. Ended up moving out of my parents, even though I love my mom and I love my stepdad like to pieces. So I lived in care home for a while. Then I moved to another place. Then got put into a hostel. In the last 2 years, I've moved countless times. I don't even remember because I just stopped keeping track. It's probably like 6 times. So I got a sofa, a TV in there to play my video games on. I think that like makes it a little bit nicer for you as well. That little room is just where I lived and no one else. Like, it's my home.
Right, let's have a look and see what we've captured.
PC's Wishart and Spittlehouse review the CCTV footage of the arrested woman's alleged burglary.
Here she comes. Straight in. Doesn't even knock. Put a frozen Kiev down her bra. She goes back to her room and she gets in the lift. So yeah, I mean that's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello, Sarge. Hi. The circumstances are
ridiculous
that she has gone into another resident's bedroom without permission and has stolen a chicken Kiev.
What filling was it?
What filling, he said, is it?
Darling, you get ham, people taking the bit.
You can get cheese and ham and stuff, can't you?
Oh, it's a chicken Kiev. Police arrested me for burglary of a chicken Kiev. I didn't eat the chicken Kiev.
Did you actually have alcohol or taken any other drugs?
I'm an alcoholic, but I haven't had anywhere near as much as what I normally do. Shaking, aren't I? And that's not nerves. I was doing well, I was clean, I'd got myself off all opiates, but I was drinking, and that's what led to me being arrested, basically. I'm not a pain, I'm not going to run off. Please, half a cigarette and I'll be done. Please let me have a cigarette, please.
You can't have a cigarette.
Why?
No cigarettes. Calm down.
Well, I can smoke in the hospital.
No, you can't. You're under arrest.
There's no cuff me then.
We will.
And I'll have my own cigarette.
Sorry, please don't do that.
What?
Hit me.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, arms out to the
I
side.
didn't mean to. I didn't want to take my arm out. I grew up in a very posh area of Kettering. We lived in a bungalow and my mother always kept it lovely. Like, she worked hard. My ex-partner lived with us and we had nice things. Was having foreign holidays. Had a child, dog. I always had a car. Things were good. I didn't leave home until I was 24. My mum actually had the house repossessed. When my mum lost her home, yeah, I fell apart. That was when I started probably using drugs more. I was a functioning drug addict, as they say. I met my new partner. He was a full-blown drug addict. And then we started using drugs together. We lost the house, we lost the children. That was when we got put in temporary accommodation. He got then sent to jail, so I was left on my own and had to defend for myself for the first time ever.
He's admitted that he's assaulted you, okay, that he's pushed you. And because he has admitted it, we've decided that the best way to go ahead is to caution him for assaulting you. Okay?
The persons that are living in these addresses don't need just a roof over their head. They need help with their mental health. They need help with their alcohol. They need help with their drugs.
Because I got arrested, I was immediately evicted. And then the council said that I made myself intentionally homeless because I got arrested. Everyone says, oh, you've reached the bottom, the only way's up. That's not true. The bottom just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
This is a form you can read in relation to what a caution is. Just make you aware that obviously should you apply for certain jobs, where it's asking.
Northampton Council in particular have run out of money. There have been so many cuts that the agencies that used to assist us are no longer available.
All right then.
As a society, you've got to think to yourself, how have we let this happen?
It's Sunday morning, and after a few days' leave, PC's Sam Clulo and Tony Salis are back on shift.
What do you do on your days off? IKEA. What do you buy from IKEA?
Flat pack furniture.
Yeah, I presume that, because that's what you get from IKEA.
That's what you get from IKEA.
Wardrobes, drawers?
No, we're looking for beds.
Got all the IKEA trips to look forward to. Sophie gets overly excited about it.
I'm 24, and this year I've just sort of stepped foot on the property ladder and managed to get my own place. Moved in with my partner. Still plenty of work to be done, but sofa's in, TV's in, stuff's on the wall. Got the colour schemes going on. A bit of duck egg blue, a bit of mustard, blush pink in the bedroom. So yeah, it's going good.
The officers are called to assist with the pre-planned arrest of a prolific burglar they believe is staying with a local drug user.
So where's the back that we're covering? Next block.
Yeah.
Sergeant Tony Cotton is in charge of the operation.
We needed to arrest the suspect, and we were looking for clothing because there was some CCTV footage which was quite specific in terms of the clothing the offender was wearing.
So please, can you come to the door, please?
Hello, mate.
I'm not a criminal.
No, I'm not anyone.
What was this?
Happened 2 days ago.
Where?
I'll tell you more later.
Oh, yeah.
The reason your arrest is necessary for a prompt and effective investigation.
Yeah, no problem, boss.
Okay.
We're looking for mobile phones, and we're looking for gloves.
We went there to arrest someone for a straightforward job, but the reality is things change very quickly, and all of a sudden you're caught up in something very different.
Don't want to really get my knees on the floor, to be honest with you.
Someone's home, it's a sure sign or indicator as to how their life actually is being lived. And it was obvious the homeowner is quite vulnerable.
I remember the first time I got the keys, I went to the flat, I found the council. It was lovely. It was a home.
There's loads of needles down there.
Sealed needle caps. You've got needle boxes disposed there. You've got the bloodied tissue. It's just all linked to heroin abuse.
There's needles everywhere.
Yeah, drawers are just full of needles, aren't they?
I don't want to like to have lived a normal life. But it hasn't turned out that way.
Do you have a mobile or anything? No.
I'm 41 now. I've been full-blown heroin for about 20 years now. When you're needing it every day, it becomes the most important thing in the world.
Just check it out.
Yeah, but then he's down as my carer. You can call it a carer, I don't.
Hey, a carer?
Hey?
How long do you live with you for?
Since the beginning of January.
Does he actually get paid to be a carer for you?
Yeah.
What is it you diagnosed with, don't mind me asking?
Stroke.
Stroke?
Yeah.
What's your mobility like?
You see me walking around on my stick, that's about it.
What sort of care does he provide?
He's meant to tidy up and help you cook and that.
I think he's failed on that score.
Yeah.
My suspicions were on high alert. People will hear the term cuckooing It's a process of drug gangs finding vulnerable residents and effectively inviting themselves into the premises and then taking over and running their drug dealing enterprises from these addresses.
Still got kicked off for that.
Those who've become victim of cuckooing, they're really trapped in that fear of, I can't shout out for help because as soon as I do that, I'm in trouble by these players that are in my house. And sometimes a life that's already sort of in doubts and struggling, and it's just getting hammered down even further.
What benefits you get?
I get about $4.70 a month PIP.
Yeah.
And about £200 a fortnight ESA.
And then you get care allowance on top of that?
Yeah, which is £65 a week.
So effectively you got £900 net spent a month.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny, there's bugger all to show for it in here. Honestly, okay, how much are you spending on drugs yourself?
Probably about £100
a month?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah?
Not a great deal.
This particular lad was a massively prime target for the cuckooers, really. Because of his disabilities, his benefits were incredibly generous. Unless you're smashing the drugs, which you tell me you're not, it must be going somewhere. You can't get out very often. Makes him a target for the predators that are preying on him, because not only can they have his accommodation, they've also got his benefits as well. You just seem quite an attractive proposition to someone who wants to take advantage of it, do you know what I mean? My concern is that these idiots that purport to be your friends and your carers are helping themselves to drugs out of your money.
Yeah, I've definitely been a soft touch during my life. People take the mickey now still. It's ruined my life, to be honest.
Have you self-harmed, Jamie?
No.
Ever had any thoughts to?
Yeah. I don't know why I went down the path of drugs, to be honest. Just peer pressure. My childhood was pretty good. I can't complain about it. I never wanted for anything. My mum was a secretary, my dad was a fireman. Yeah, I suppose he was a bit of a hero to me when I was a kid. Just don't want to be around anymore. I wish this trip had killed me, to be honest. When I was 14 and 15, it started innocent in a food joint. And then it progressed to the harder stuff. A friend of mine introduced me to heroin. And I didn't realise how addictive it was.
This was never a home. This was never a flat that was anything other than a shooting gallery, a drugs den, whatever you want to call it. It was a place where people went and took drugs. Just having a roof over your head, it doesn't mean you've got a home.
James, you falling behind on your council tax?
Yeah.
What are they doing with that, mate? They're going to chuck you out or something?
It's hard. I offered to pay half, and they told me they didn't want a half, they wanted it all in one go.
You'll end up being made homeless because of it. You do realise that, don't you? I think it'll cost you everything. I think we'll submit an adult safeguarding before review because I think you need some help, mate, and I think you are being taken advantage of a little bit. You're not a well man, this is not a healthy environment, is it, for you to be living in? Do you want to go to the hospital with us?
Yeah, can do.
His flat was the last thing he had. He's now potentially out on the streets.
There you go. We're not always that bad, are we? No, we're not.
If you're vulnerable, sometimes they don't have much else other than the walls that they live in. Have you got anyone else we can get in contact with for you? Just on your own? And sort of take that away from people. It can be devastating and it can really cause a downward spiral.
If you just move across this way, mate, I'll put your seatbelt for you.
Not a problem.
It's 9 p.m. on Friday in Northampton.
Police emergency.
A call is coming in from a homeless shelter. The final refuge for those who fail to find a bed for the night.
I'm calling from Northampton.
Yes?
We got one of the guys came in and the guy is drunk. He's not allowed to come in and he's trying to threaten the staff.
Is that him at the background?
Yes.
Stay away from him on Triton.
Alright, yeah, now he's gone out anyway.
That's fine, I'm coming, okay?
PC's Louise O'Sullivan and Lauren El Shakawi are dispatched to the refuge.
Hello.
I've come here tonight. I'm homeless. Everything.
Yeah.
I've not caused no trouble. I only come here to get my head down, do you know what I mean? Because I'm sick of being in a tent. Do you know what I mean? And until I went in and had a wash. I came out here, no, you're not allowed to. What have I done? What have I done? Do you know what I mean? Anything wrong?
I just want somewhere warm for once. You know, I'm sick of just waking up cold. Or waking up alone. I think that's the worst thing about being homeless is loneliness.
From what I understand, you're banned from being in house.
No, I'm not banned.
That's what they're telling us.
Yeah, they're telling you now. Look on the records. I'm not banned.
All right. Well, they're telling us that now. They have every right to say that you're
banned. Do you know what I mean? Unless you arrest me for something. I've done nothing wrong.
I come out of prison, been out 5 years, been homeless for 3 years, on and off. Going to prison, you've got a roof over your head. A day, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is, you still got a problem when you come out. Because there's nothing there for people.
Alright, what's your date of birth?
When you're on the streets, you don't drink to get drunk. You're drinking to forget where you are and what the hell you've been through.
I'll go and have a chat with them. Are you going to be alright?
These are frauds. Frauds.
Yeah.
If you don't have a home, you can't build nothing. You can't go to work every day living in a tent. Been there, tried that. You can't have a bath, you can't have a shower. You can't eat properly. Yeah, being homeless has broke me.
Well, all I want to do is go in there, get my head down and go fucking sleep. Do you know what
I get it, but
fuck him, do you know what I mean?
Terry.
Alright, let's have a quick chat with my colleague, if that's alright.
Yeah?
I don't know yet. I need to speak to my colleague. Why you hope so?
Yeah, no, he's alright.
I think we're going to have a public order at least. He's gone in there. Apparently he's been turned away because he's strong. And then apparently he's been threatening to punch the security guard. We meet people like Terence quite often. People who literally have nothing. They have no homes. They have no family.
I think you know what's happening, don't you?
It's 21 hours. You're currently under arrest, all right, under suspicion of a Section 4 public order. Do you understand that? He's got himself into a really bad situation where you're too drunk to get your head down for a night in somewhere that's safe, so you end up being back on the streets, and because you're back on the streets, you're back drinking again. And then you're too drunk to get into the shelter the next night.
2/3 of ex-prisoners who end up becoming homeless reoffend within a year of leaving prison.
Hello, Terry. How are we?
So, Terry has turned up at house tonight, and he's been refused entrance because he's suspectedly drunk.
We have regular people that come through custody that want to get arrested, and they will do anything they can to get arrested.
Have you got any jewellery or anything on Terry? Nothing at all?
I've got a penis bar.
Oh, right.
You want to take it out?
Apparently he's got a penis bar. Do you want him to take it out?
I certainly won't be taking it out. It's even got that bad that we've had officers assaulted by people just to get arrested. They've rang in, said they need the police. The police turn up. You know, are you going to arrest me? No. And they get assaulted just so they get a roof over their heads. And that can never be right. I'd say their housing situation is in crisis, and as a result of that, there's the mental health issues that come with that as well. Terry, just before I finish doing your rights, I've got the paramedic behind me. I want him to speak to you. Steve, he's taken a concoction of drugs, pregabalin, codeine, Valium. He's drank a lot of alcohol. He's just fell backwards and he seems a bit unsteady.
Right, what we'll do, lay down for a short while and see how he progresses over the next half hour, what to do.
When I first left school, I was working in a glass factory. They all got made redundant after 2 years. That's where my life turned sour, really. When my dad passed away, he was my best mate. Growing up living with my dad and my granddad, having them in my life, made me feel wanted. There's days I wish I could go back to that, just for that 10 minutes, to go and have a look and stare from a distance. See where it all went wrong. But you can't go backwards, you can only go forward.
Right, take your socks off for me, please, mate.
I think some people have gone too far from just needing housing because they don't know how to live in society anymore. some of them live in chaotic lifestyles, they would need the intervention from the services first to get the mental health under control, to get the addictions under control before they could be integrated back into society. Because I don't think half of them would know where to start.
Okay, unless you've got any questions, I'll get you taken to your son.
Thank you, Terry.
Coffee.
Coffee, how do you want it? Do you want sugar, Terry? Milk and sugar?
10 years of austerity is starting to bite. You know, council houses aren't being built anymore. Most of them, or many of them, have been sold off. The lucky ones have got a room. The unlucky ones are on the streets, but sometimes there's not a huge amount of difference. There's still a fundamental misunderstanding of just how severe the shortages are and how everything comes back to us to deal with and pick up the pieces.
The man who was injured in the HMO refused to press charges, so no further action was taken. Since being evicted by his landlord, Joss has been unable to find anywhere else to live.
I mean, I'm living in a tent right now. I've learned to survive. And the bigger things you have to get through, the greater the man you become of it.
The vulnerable drug addict who was preyed upon failed to find the money to pay his outstanding council tax and lost his home.
At the minute, I'm stopping with a good friend who helps me out a lot. My hope's the future I get to get clean and live a decent lifestyle. I need to get myself into detox. Turn my life around.
The man who threatened staff at the homeless shelter was fined £85 and given an alcohol treatment order. He's staying with friends, but is concerned about others on the streets.
Now I've got home. I'm looking to go back to work. The only purpose I can have in life is trying to educate other people about homelessness. But that's something I'll have to keep fighting and keep going for.
The woman accused of stealing a chicken Kiev was charged with theft, but the charge was later dropped. She's been staying with friends since she was evicted from the hostel.
In 5 years' time, I hope that you will find me in my own home, happy, completely drug-free still, and with my children.
7 weeks after being evicted from the same hostel, the young man, who was on a waiting list, secured his own council flat.
Having somewhere where you can go and you can say it's home, it is really nice. Gives you a bit of calmness and hope.
And support information for the issues raised can be found online at channel4.com/support. Look into next Tuesday. We're back at St George's, where first-time parents are concerned for their newborn baby. 24 hours in A&E is new at 9. Back to tonight at 999 on the front line. Is up next.